can do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. The spoilers are up, and they shouldn't be. They are no longer
Hello.
up. I think everything worked. Everything is working. We have our
I
jazzy
believe
Ace
so.
Attorney background.
Scuff be gone.
Stop, knock, and roll. Ay, ay, ay. It's warm today. It's
Now
been nice
come on and
this
lock
week.
and load. Hello, Dichotomy.
Hello, Dichotomy.
Last full week of no ears.
Whoa!
Wow.
Hello, Mason. Hello, John.
Mason, hello. John, hello.
We're getting
Doing
through
well,
it today.
John.
We're getting through it
I
today.
was telling Ori that I got to work from home today, so that was really, really nice.
Yep.
Mars got to actually eat and do paperwork in an appropriate amount of time. It was great. I loved it.
And
So
that's what we
something
like to
tells me
hear.
once Mars hits her 30, she's going to do teletherapy full time. Cut
That's
that
what I'm
caseload
saying.
in half,
Why
get
not?
paid more, and get rid of the
Yeah.
extraneous paperwork.
Get on that now is all I'm saying.
Well, actually, there's an opportunity opening up very soon that I'm trying to take advantage of.
Yeah, as you
And
should.
if it works out, it'll really work out. I wish Dichotomy. Does that mean I could bring the kids to my house and we could just do speech therapy in my den? I
That
have
would
plenty
be
of
pretty
toys.
great.
I'm sure they'd
Yeah.
love it.
That would be pretty great.
That's actually what some private practice SLPs do. They turn their home into a therapy place.
Yeah, it sounds like the way to do it.
Oh, God, I would do it. I don't want to deal with the business side of things.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I
You gotta.
don't want to deal with the taxes. I don't want to deal with the permits. I don't want to deal with the deductibles and everything.
Mhm.
That's just a lot. That's too much business for Mars. That's just a little too much business.
Too much business for
I'm not
Mars.
here for it.
Uh,
But guys, I gotta lock in tonight because I have been so bad about doing the comic.
she's been a slacker, guys. You think my slacking is bad?
So you cannot edit this project because it contains data. Uh-oh. Ori,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to send me a new version of E6 page 8.
Why? Okay. I have to remember.
No, Clip Studio Paint is being a brat.
I have to remember what the issue was that had us solve that last time.
It did this with page 7 too.
Yeah, and I remember it was something because I fixed it very easily. I'm
Oh,
trying
same,
to
Mason.
recall.
Same. It's funny. My dentist
was.
is literally a block away from Ori's
Yeah, my dentist
childhood
was
home.
too.
It's
My
so
dentist
close by.
was not that close to my childhood home, but my dentist was just in like a couple neighborhoods over.
It's just
Okay.
easier because I remember my mom. She kept her dentist in her hometown, which was like at least 5-6 towns over. So like when I was younger, I have specific memories of driving my mom, like all of us in the car, driving her to her dentist appointment. And then my dad taking me and my brother out for donuts because Dunkin' Donuts was like literally across the street. And then watching the early days of YouTube in the waiting room. That's like a core memory for me.
Is this okay? That's nothing.
Did we figure out what was making the stream buggy? We think it was because we tried the new way of recording our voices. We tried, I think it was Vid Ninja.
So it was not. That was
Forgot what it's
unfortunately not the culprit in the end.
It wasn't? I thought it was taking up too much bandwidth.
No,
What
we
was the
thought that was
problem?
the problem. But then remember, we streamed on Tuesday without it last week, and it still was
That's
stupid.
right.
And it turned out, well, again, we don't really know for sure because that's what this is. But basically, I uninstalled, reinstalled OBS to make sure I had the most recent version. And that seems to
That's right. It was
have
OBS
fixed it.
being the little bitch.
Yeah. right. Yes.
So we did figure it out, John. I just completely misremembered what the culprit was. Wait a second. What? Hold on. What is it doing?
Cast materials.
And not
So
edit.
we've been good so
Okay,
far.
but I can see the
Thursdays
project.
and Fridays stream were smooth sailing. So we're gonna keep knocking though. Scoobity wop. Lines.
Oh my goodness, there's so many Sinnet legs in this entry.
Yes. Did you get it or did you delete it?
So I can open it and look at it. I just can't edit it.
Oh, okay.
It's very weird.
That's fine. I'm just deleting it from the
It's weird.
Google Drive so that I can make sure.
Mystery solved.
Yeah, what it has to do with is the fact that I have the fancy version of our software and not the lesser expensive version of the software. So I get access to certain things in the 3D model space that I don't think I even use, but that you can't access. And so it's like I have special 3D model
It will not let me edit anything.
But yeah.
Because it's stupid.
Hello, Penguin. Welcome to your
Hiya, Penguin.
better sleep schedule? Question mark?
Hopefully. Maybe.
This is the start of the Webtoon Canvas competition.
Welcome.
Ooh, very nice. Hello, Estrock and Penguin. Welcome. All right, Mars.
Oh, I didn't know it was the start of the competition. That's so exciting.
I've uploaded it. So
okay,
you may now
fabulous.
Do that. I am quickly
attempt once more
designing a room, technically 2 rooms, because it's a building, I guess, technically. And that'll be because I designed a map today, guys. 2 maps.
Yeah, Ori was on it today.
Because I'm trying to, you know, we're coming up on port. I gotta do that. Better
we're coming up on port. We're coming up on new characters.
No, Peg.
We're wondering why my freaking Google Drive isn't loading. Hello.
Okay, I think I'll say that it's like this. Beautiful. Beautiful and great. You need to be bigger now, though. I'm curious if you guys can tell what kind of place this will be after I start drawing more of it.
We got some smart cookies in our chat. They might be able to put 2 and 2 together.
I never thought they wouldn't. I'm just curious. Because it's also set up odd for the thing that it is, you know?
Ooh. Shit, Persona 5 Royal is on sale.
Are you downloading the thing, Mars? Get to work.
I am downloading the thing. I was trying to clear all my tabs, thinking it would help drive download faster, and it did. It's just an email happened to catch my eye first. Let's see. Entry uploads. Entry lines.
We'll do
down a load.
Down a
load.
load.
First it has to check for viruses. We want to make sure Ori isn't giving me a virus.
The thing mysterious.
No, I will not try Gemini. Go screw off.
Yeah, leave us. Fucking
leave
shit.
us be. Let me create. I don't want the machines to create. Let me create.
Yeah, fucking have Google generate a fucking image for you. Fuck off. Thank you very much.
Seriously.
Okay,
yeah.
Completely changing the subject, but I was actually listening to Star of the creator of the comic Cast Off, her stream before this. And I haven't really caught a lot of her streams ever, but this one started early enough for me, so I was watching her stream, and she just kept saying things. I was like, damn, we're too real. We've said these things. And I put one of the clips in the couch, but it's basically like something
That
cast
just
off
means
toilets.
she's base.
Oh yeah,
That means
something
she's
cast
super
off
base.
toilets. And she's like, no, I won't talk about them because they don't come up, and I'm never drawing them. You know, they hypothetically exist, but I don't need to know what they look like because I'm never drawing them. Who cares? And I'm like, based vibe. That's exactly
Based
the
as
vibe.
hell.
Yep. And then generate these nuts. Oh no, Ezra. It's okay.
I would tell
Dylan's
AI
the
to
same.
do that, but I'm scared it would give me a result, and I don't want to give it any power.
Dylan's the same, though. Poor Dylan and Doug also sharing the Gemini name.
Oof.
The Gemini
That's
birthday.
rough, buddy.
Okay. You have this. Something like
Alrighty.
this.
So yeah, guys, if I'm behind chat tonight, I apologize. It's because I am working on the comic, and I sadly do not have dual screens.
Ooh, so she said that, and then the other thing she said was, she was like, she was talking about, she's apparently playing that game Fields of Mystria, the like farming sim, and apparently they recently added a new romanceable character of there's a dragon, and now he is a guy as well. He has a human form, of course, and she's like, he's hot. I haven't looked him up, but
fun.
like I honestly trust her judgment, you know. Dragon Boy Fields of Mystria. I don't know how it's spelled. Okay. Thank you for the name, but you're just showing me his dragon form. Give me his cool one. Human form. Thank you, Google. Give me what I want.
We do love dragons, but we also want to see the humans.
Okay, well, I mean, all of these are already fan art. Can I see the real one? I'm only seeing fan art. They're all good though. I think this is the real one. He's good. But basically, I think someone was like in chat, they're like, why is he hot? And she's like, I don't know, I just like horns on people. I like thing on head, you know? Character with thing on head. You know, that's why the cat girls thing happened. Yeah. And she's like cat girls and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, thing on head is good. And I was like, that's such a vibe. That really is the vibe.
Really
thing on head is good.
She hit the nail on the head. It's too perfect.
Yes, not loud. Slay. No, he's amazing. I don't believe in the Zodiac stuff, John. I think it's funny. I think it's really good character vibes, right? In the sense of like, there's a webcomic on Webtoon that's called Rayalta. And it's really good, and it's all about the Zodiac shit.
Trans representation.
It's queer, beautiful. Age stuff too. Like there's a much older woman being one of the protagonists.
It's a very good coming of age story.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good representation.
Thank God.
See, now I want to know what was specifically said. So now I gotta go to chat and see.
Skippity toilet is no. That's not what I'm talking
skippity
about.
toilet? Yeah, no.
Maybe
I should have stuck with my screen.
Toilet is a quagmire. Yeah, we don't need to think about it, you know? I'm telling you how to do it, but I'm afraid it would listen to me. Mars 2025. Be good if you're trying to think of. Yeah, 100% patient puff. But like, I love it as like a framing device. I love people making universes where it does matter. Right, in X, Y, Z, ABC.
Specifically
I think that's really cool.
it affects the character design.
It affects the character design. It possibly affects like their magic. A lot of times you have it with like the breaking out of like, I'm not what I was told I would be, sort of thing. You know, there's lots of options. But
great reason to love Rayalta. It features a Scorpio whose defining characteristic based on her zodiac is not being overly sexualized. Or a bitch. She's actually a really based character.
She's really nice.
And I mention this because way too many interpretations of Scorpio amount to, oh, so mysterious, oh, so alluring, oh, so sexy, oh, so bitchy. And I'm like, as a Scorpio myself, yes, I am salty. So am I, as a Scorpio, going to celebrate when a character does not carry those stereotypes? Absolutely.
So
definitely a personal pet
very
peeve
fun
of
for
mine,
that.
but it's so good.
I will say though, there is a very funny coincidence that has occurred where basically every pair of twins I've ever known in real life has been a Gemini, which is just a funny little, like, what a coincidence. So maybe there's something astrologically related there, but
Yeah,
not in the
there's a little
personality.
something to it.
Not in the personality, though.
Oh god, no, not at all.
Decisions.
I'm pretty sure there are Capricorns in Rialta, Penguin.
They're all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's all of them. They're all there. She's actually one of the main. She's like the main side, and she's the love interest, and she's great. She's epic. She's lovely. Her
She's so
family
cool.
stuff is great. Her adoptive father ends up being a real Chad after like being kind of, and then I think it's
Alta.
her
I'm pretty sure that's it.
mom?
I can
Yeah,
check.
like that. Yeah, it's really good, Pastry Puff. It's on season 2. And they also have that, like, you know, it talks about the 13th Zodiac thing. You know that one? That's in there in a really fun way. It's really good. It's really enjoyable. I love the character designs. I literally found it because I love the artist and they're all, like, animal. They have animal features. And it's like, that's my shit! Thank you! Really good.
And it's so good. The art is also just really gorgeous. Please, go read it. They're in hiatus right now, so it's actually the perfect time to catch up.
They think they are in hiatus, yeah, right now. But it's really fun. I highly enjoy that one. Yeah, I don't take it seriously in real life. There's just no way, you know? There's just no way.
Yeah.
They're also very, like, when you actually, like, analyze them, they're very broad, you know? And they all, a lot of have, like, a lot of similar things. So it's just like, oh, you know, of course. You're this because you could technically be any of them and relate to any of them. No. Not at all, Estruck. Yeah, so no, I don't believe. But it's one of those fun things to like build off of because so for those of you who do or do not know, it doesn't really matter. Mars and I constantly now in the back of our head have like world building, character building, not really character building, but like vibe building, plot dribble ideas about our like next comic, which is years down the line, but hella vibe based of like there's no characters yet, like there's no date, we just know there will be characters.
It's actually so funny. Outcast started with characters first, idea later, whereas this new one Ori and I are thinking of is idea first, characters eventually.
I think it will always end up being character driven in the end. But this has a lot more, like, we care about what the universe is. Outcast was much more like, we have a thing, a setting for the story we want to tell, which is character-driven, right? I mean, the other one's definitely going to be character-driven. No question at all.
That was all we needed.
But, yeah. And so, like, I do think there will be a lot of...
I'd like to stretch my acting chops and... writing chops.
Yeah, acting.
And try writing something a bit more... worldly, I suppose.
It will definitely have more
really
world building in it than Outcast does. Outcast certainly has world building, but the next one will definitely just need a bit more with because the world is more important.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes sense. You know, there is the world importance.
Whereas in Outcast, it's very character focused.
But yeah, you see that through the characters mostly. But point being is that we had talked about these characters and stuff, and of course there's animal symbolism and shit involved, and so one of Mars's first things is like, oh, doing like zodiac animals, and I'm like, but those are so done. Every animal group is zodiac animal coded.
Unfortunately, it's just the first thing that pops into my mind when I think of we
a
need
group
set
of animal
things
symbolisms
to represent different machinery that's going to be used or something like that. But I think we have a solid idea going forward. Ori and I were kind of spitballing earlier tonight before we got on stream, and I'm vibing. I'm vibing with this.
Yeah, and dichotomy, that would also change based on hemisphere, what months those were, so that is definitely not a horoscope take, but it is fun that it went on. We want to describe the vibe? Okay, we can describe the vibe, and I will take the images, because the images...
I'd definitely say it's going to be more
cool.
A man versus nature kind of story. Ori and I were thinking of a world that has basically seen, climate change and changes to the environment, but then also, like, they've learned how to adapt, but they haven't come so far as to reestablish, like, the trade routes and the things like that. So we were thinking a story where, like, they've learned how to survive, now they have to learn how to live again. We thought that would be a very interesting angle to take, because, like, yeah, surviving, that can be an interesting story that leads to a lot of tension, a lot of suspense, but then also, like, okay, you figured out how to survive, what's next? Well, building community, building connections, building communications back. So we thought that would be a really cool thing to kind of experiment with this new story.
So
I'm not
started.
Sure, I've never heard of Station 11.
I have not heard of Station 11.
If it's got the same vibe, though, I'd be willing to look into it.
Hold on, is that the 13th Zodiac? Because then he is in it. I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
Yeah, that was the one they added.
Yeah, so yeah, he is in that Rialta one. He is in Rialta, which is cool. But so for the next comic, this is years down the line, guys. Like, way no hopes up at all.
No time soon, so don't get too excited.
It was loosely inspired off of the vibe of Aetherpunk. Basically, I was seeing a lot of art that had, like, these, like, neon colors on black that looked really cool, and I really liked the vibe of it. And Mars was always talking about, like, doing mech stuff. And I'm like, I really
liked her interpretation of Gallo fused with the mech.
Well, so I said, I can't do full mech, Mars. And then Mars is like, but the Gallo. And I was like, okay, what Gallo is, we can work with. And then after...
I literally said to Ori, but you like leggies.
Yeah, and the leggies are good. And so, that's how this came about. This is basically just, like, me futzing around with, like, how magic would work, because so there is magic. Unlike Outcast, there is magic. And so it was like, obviously now we have to build, like, how the magic system works. And I want it to be very simple, because I don't want to have a complex magic system, because that's a lot on a story. That's a lot of shit that you gotta keep track of.
It's a lot to keep track of.
And you gotta build that yourself.
Maybe that'll be our third comic.
I don't even think so.
First we start with the characters,
nah.
then the next comic world building, and then the next one we'll do a magic system.
Well, but the thing is, Mars, this has a magic system. It's just not super fucking in depth. The magic is very simple in the idea on how it works and what it can do, and very limited, because that's the big thing when you do, like, magic systems, is you have to figure out how they're limited. Unless specifically the point is that it's OP, and if you come across a magic user, you're just fucked, but that's a separate thing. But if magic is the main focal point of the thing, you need to have some sort of level of what is the limiting factor on it, who can learn it, how does it do, and in an Aetherpunk-esque setting, I wanted magic to be fairly common. So it has to be very limiting as to why not everybody is special, right, with magic, because everybody has magic and this sort of thing. And so we talked about that. That's fairly set on this, but it basically collaborated in how magic pilots these suits, because I don't want to draw mechanical shit. That's the big thing. I don't want to draw mechanical shit. So it has to be magic if we're doing mechs, because I don't want to have to think about it that hard. And you do have to think about it that hard if, you're not doing magic. Okay, that's just how it works. And I don't want to think about it that hard. So we got to this, subject to change, but definitely will be animally. And that was sort of what we were talking about with the animals today, how I was thinking about it earlier. But I would definitely want to do a lot with the color. I definitely want to do a lot, like, the color of the comic. Like, really do like cool color stuff with it, in like how the environment and everything looks when they are using magic in a certain way, etc. So it'll be very interesting. We're definitely pushing a lot of it's a lot of vibes of, you know, environmentalism, right? And Dylan and Mars both, when I originally pitched, like, how the magic were, both apparently separately, independently went, so eco-terrorism, and it's like,
Yeah,
well,
literally.
I guess apparently now, yeah, but that was not how I was thinking about it. But literally, I told Dylan, and he's like, oh, so the eco-terrorists could do this, and it's like, okay, and then Mars is like, oh yeah, I also thought of eco-terrorism, and it's like, okay. Cool.
And that's how we ended up with the story of man versus nature.
Yes, but specifically not Earth.
Or more
because
so, man working with nature.
Exactly. And
because that should be the lesson.
But it will also specifically be not Earth, because I do want the flora and fauna to be cool as well, like how Outcast has cool shit. Because if I'm being honest,
very tri-stamp-esque, where it takes place on a different planet that still has these familiarities, but very much its own characteristics.
Yeah,
and
100%.
You know what? I think that could be even more interesting, where it's like, hey, we fucked up this planet too.
Yeah, parallel planet.
Exactly.
But basically, it's like, Ori has not a lot of desire of drawing just animals the way they are. That's kind of boring. Why would I do that? I want to draw animals in cool, different ways. And that's the fun of it.
Magic animals, mech animals.
Exactly.
Aztec-inspired animals.
Well, yeah, so that color and everything, Mars is like very Aztec. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it. So there's a long way to go for the comic.
Temple from No Evil vibes, so
yeah. Which is explicitly Aztec and Mayan. But brain shut off. Yeah, long ways away. We ain't doing any of that until Outcast is done.
Is Ori's and mine brains just don't shut off.
It really just happened one day.
Thinking of new projects.
And we were both just like, oh, this is... I literally was just like, I was thinking about this. And then it was just like, here's a lore dump, Mars, just because. And then every once in a while, it comes up.
Sometimes the brain blasts happen.
Ooh, nice pastry puff.
Pastry. Nice. Hey,
interesting.
A story and a personality are a good foundation. Ooh, that's fun. That's very fun. You're surprised we have an end in mind, Rocket? I mean, S-Truck, we need a goal to work towards. We got to know where Hotson and Co. are going to end up so they can complete their journey and complete their character arcs.
Yeah, what do you mean you're surprised we have an end in mind? Outcast has had an end since the beginning. Has the end changed?
It really has. It might have changed a bit. We did originally have a more shonen-esque type ending, very anime-inspired.
Which is less what we've gone
And as we've gone along in this story, we've just kind of realized that doesn't really fit anymore. Oh, we have changed it to something else. Still carrying the original message, but less in a shonen way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And S-Trek, we're very big proponents of you need to know where you're going.
Oh
Unless
yeah.
you're specifically
You gotta
doing
have that
a
roadmap.
serial comic that is like a joke a day or like slice of life or like, you know, me and my fiance, you know, like people have those types
Now,
of comics, right? That's
I will
there's
say,
obviously not an end.
don't get me wrong, sometimes you can pull it off where stuff happens to fall into place and it works towards the story advantage. Like that's happened a lot. And it's great when that happens. Ori and I have certainly had that happen where, like, for small plot beats, it's like, oh, wow, this character personality fits really well into this one moment, or this moment can inform this different moment that we know is coming later down the line. So it works out really, really well. But, you know, even then, I still say it as, even though it happened to work out, we still had a story beat planned. So you still gotta know, like, from point A to point B to point C, and then figure out all that connective tissue that's going to get you from place to place.
So, John, at the very beginning, the goal was 3 quote-unquote seasons. And I don't want to talk about too much how the seasons are broken up. You'll see when it happens. It's coming up. I don't want to spoil it. But there's a way that the seasons are broken up, and you'll know it when you see it. However, at this point, after working on a comic for more than 2 years, because we worked on it before we started publishing, you know, putting it out there. But after working on a comic for about 3 solid years, you know, but more like 5 at this point, on and off a little at the beginning. But, that's weird to say, but yeah, COVID.
That's crazy.
And after getting a feel for like how fast our pacing goes, there'll definitely be more than 3 seasons. I don't think we'll know.
I think we're gonna end up at 4.
I think it's gonna be 4? Okay.
Either
we'll
4
see.
or 5. I'm between 4
However,
or 5, considering all the stuff we want to happen.
There's a lot of stuff we want and need to happen. However, the length of each quote-unquote season is greatly variable.
It's definitely susceptible to change.
Yeah, because the way that we write, the way that we make the comic is very loose in the sense of that
Fast and loose.
Mars writes a scene, and that scene may or may not be on the same day, right? So let's take journal so you know the way we list everything. Let's look at this a second. Let's take entry 2, okay? Because that's really long. Entry 2 is very long. It's our longest entry so far. And as you can see, entry 2 is very long.
So long.
Entry 2 is 13 pages, where entry 3 is only 4 pages. Entry 1 is only 1 page. And the reason for this is that an entry is synonymous with a day. So in entry 1, it's Hotson's day of being on the island, trying to eat food, trying to build shelter, you know, all this sort of stuff, finding Lily Marana, and kind of accepting that, like, this might not be so bad. And, you know, then he goes to bed and he wakes up to, you know, Milana shouting intruder. Okay, so that was a day in the life of Hotson, right? And now entry 2 is everything from there into night. So he had a jam-packed fucking day, okay? He meets Milano, they go to the treehouse, they look for the intruder, he meets everybody else, you know, they look for the intruder again, they finally eat dinner. That's all one day. So then you go to entry 4, and it's one day of him talking with Aster. So Aster doesn't talk a lot. They only do one thing. You know, there's not a lot happening at the end of the day. All this sort of stuff, right? Versus more talkative characters like Sinnott, who has 8 pages on his entry 4, and Ferrex, who has 11 pages on his entry 5. It really matters what needs to be conveyed in that day and how big each scene within that day is, right? The scene, because it's one scene of Hotson helping Ferrex fix the ship is one scene that has a lot going on, though. So that's why
There's
it's
a
longer.
ton going on in that scene.
So that's why it's on the longer side, right? Versus entry 6 is yes, Enthuse. You have a lot more Cynic coming up, Enthuse. 8 is like I think I'm on page 6, so I think pages 7 and 8 are like 90% Cynic. Definitely Cynic and Hudson. But entry 6, once upon a time, was only gonna be 5 pages, and then is now 8 pages. So we're over halfway there with entry 6, I'm sorry. It will be 8 pages. But then we get a little more into other thing that you'll see. I don't want to spoil too much. Happy birthday, Federico! You're 1 year older. You did it.
Hey.
To the next. But
Enthuse, do you like Synod? I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't
Is
tell
Synod
if you
your
like
favorite?
Synod or not.
Maybe.
It's
Maybe.
subtle.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's Aster.
No.
It could possibly be Synod.
Well, we know Daikani obviously his favorite is Ferrix and not Aster. We know that. And then I think Jamie's favorite is Synod, not Aster. I think Oscar was here for Synod, not Ferrix, obviously.
I'm pretty sure.
Nicole,
that
same
sounds
thing.
correct.
Couldn't be Ferrix. But yeah, so long story short, 4 seasons, but how many entries within each season and how many pages within each of those entries, incredibly variable. Yes, indeed, Mason, exactly. There you go.
Yes.
You beat your personal best, Federico.
Woo!
And speaking of new entries and things, let's get on drawing more Averett.
Yes.
I do wish I need this to go in references though. Let's do that. We've saved.
For?
Time to open the boy. Averetts.
Let us open the boy.
Date modified, please. Thank you. Because I had no idea what I was doing. Ah, yes, we have this one to finish, where he's... things.
How we do? Lots of things.
Lots of things. You like things. I was having
things.
quite a day, guys, and I was gonna beat up Averett really hard. I'm less inclined to beat him up currently, as I have started feeling better.
Who wants to beat up Averet? Are you kidding?
Well, I mean, we're ready.
We are. But I'm ready.
Yes.
I am very ready.
You are very indeed ready.
He's got to be knocked off his high horse.
Yep. Look how smug he is. We gotta take him down a peg.
For far too long. Gotta fix this.
Yes. So, yeah, basically, I'm basically gonna go in and I'm just gonna start doodling. I need, like, a theme, though, I guess. You know? That's how I was, like, doodling, spoilers, I guess, not really. But for future Ko-fi stuff, I've been working real hard, apparently, because I keep working on it, on a Alice in Wonderland, AU,
it's
little
glorious.
spread. And basically, is a ton of doodles. That's how it started out. Really quick doodles. But, you know, it had a theme, right? I was like, you know, Milano's this is not Phoenix. No, Penguin. I've specifically tried to make him not Phoenix. It's not Phoenix.
That's why she's practicing.
I don't think he looks that Phoenix, though. He doesn't have the eyebrow.
No, he doesn't. And I think the hair has kind of settled enough that it's different
I think
to distinguish it.
Have you thought on drawing a character you hate on a painful situation? Yes, I was literally thinking about doing that with Everett today. He deserves to suffer. He needs his time in the pain chamber. Yeah, no, Pastry Puff. He's the guy whose face goes on the dartboard and you throw darts at him. That's him. That's what you do. Did I lose Mars or is she just focused?
Oh, I'm very focused.
Oh, okay. Sometimes it's like so silent that it's like I don't even know if you're here.
Page is done, Ori.
I know, but usually you say things while you're doing it. You know, usually you go
Mars
like,
has gone into hyper focus mode. Everybody, come on, right?
Dichotomy.
Why?
Dichotomy.
There we go.
He's it's not what it looks like. However, I do know what it looks like. I'm seriously, guys, I think to myself multiple times. I think to myself, because if I'm being honest, while I do draw, you know, certain more NSFW things for the Ko-fi, okay, that are thus with intention, that is not the vast majority of things I draw. And 90% of the time, the things are sussy. I had no idea until I'm like, well, I liked it, you know, like it looks good. I ain't changing it, you know. So like, some of the thumbnails have been a little. I only realized later, and it's like, I mean, I'm keeping it, you know. They're not explicit. They're never explicit. I can't do explicit. I'm too fucking ace for that shit. But
they come pretty damn close.
But. I'm sitting here and I'm like, how many times can I say, guys, I didn't mean it. Until you guys stop believing me. Until you know, until Mars is like, yeah, sure, or you totally didn't mean it this time. Oh yeah, it didn't mean to be sussy. No, okay, you know what's here? It's as sussy as you want it to be, but the person that he's looking at is in a sapphic relationship, and I will not specify any further. That was how this mine is a character. Oh no. Good night, John. I'll still answer your question if you go.
Good night.
I did put them in a box, Enthuse. Because it's good shit, okay? It's good stuff. But I'll still answer John's question, even though they had to go. But
crud. Ori?
Yes, what?
I am so sorry to interrupt.
How dare you?
The way to shut down Wacom and restart it to get settings back, it was working and then it disappeared.
Okay, you have to exit out of Clip Studio.
I did that.
And then you click Window and the R key. The Windows key and the R key.
Window R key. That's the step I always forget.
And then it pops up a thing. Yep. And then you find Wacom something, whatever, doesn't matter. You just scroll down to W. Yep, and then you click on that once, so that on the left it says start, restart. You click restart or start, whichever it says.
It says start.
Yep. That's your problem. It stopped.
We should be good now.
And then you open it. No,
it
literally though, Pastry Puff.
Died in the middle of coloring.
It was so good.
Why?
That there's like Mars wrote dialogue for it, and like thought bubble stuff for the in a box.
What did I write dialogue for?
For the crate AU.
Yes. Oh, that was so much fun.
That one's good. These are all on the Ko-fi, guys. If you want to support us monetarily, if you have the means, and you're interested in all this ship stuff that I'm talking about, it is the 18+ tier ship stuff. It's not explicit. I cannot manage that.
Not
that is
at all.
a human thing I have, but it is
just not
implicit. Very implicit. I'm trying to remember how many.
It's suggestive. I'll say
That's
it's
the word.
suggestive.
It's suggestive. And it's more suggestive than anything else I've showed on stream. Some of them are more suggestive. No, that's what I'm saying, Astro. That's what I'm saying.
Some of it, but not all of it.
What are we talking? Dylan, what?
Dylan reads into some of the poses and the scenarios, but not all of
them.
In the
comic,
I'd say that's the balance.
In the comic, there is nothing that is intentional. It's never intentional.
No.
Okay? It's never intentional. I 100% swear. This, I did realize fairly early in it, but I said, fuck it, that's what it's gonna be. Because he's a hot guy, and he's going to be disheveled, and I can't explain why, but that's just how it is. Just like, I fucking drew... Okay, guys, there's that thumbnail of Phoenix, and it says confidential on it. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, I want it to look like he's fallen over from exhaustion, from sorting all this stuff. He's a little disheveled because he's literally been up, like, all night or some shit, and he's like, oh, he's fallen back, and he's like, oh, damn it. And I literally got a reference of a dude that Dylan says the reference, not sussy at all. Perfectly fine.
The reference was not sussy.
The reference not sussy. I draw Phoenix,
however,
and he's disheveled. He doesn't have the jacket on. He's got his sleeves rolled up. That's what you do. That's how it is. And I was like nearing the end of the sketch and everything, and I went, "This looks really suspect." I didn't mean it this way, and I ain't gonna stop now. But it looks highly suspect.
And then Ori sent it to me, and I immediately sent back, "Oh,
yeah,
did Edward give him a rough night?"
Dylan came in, and he's like, "Oh," I was like, "Nah." Canadian Lucifer comments, "Phoenix body pillow," and it's like, who knows? Maybe one day. But that's like the level.
You know what? At that point, you just lean into it.
Literally,
don't
all of the leaning in is literally just like realizing halfway through. Not, there's not a lot of.
It's literally, I started with a vibe and I didn't mean to, but now I'm just leaning the hell into it.
No, he does pastry puff. I mean, smash, okay? But like also when you have shipper brain, you do what Mars did. Oh, red room. That's how it is. I did see pastry puff, however, it's going to take much more brain power.
Also, pastry puff, you're neglecting Ori's innate ability to make anything hot. So
yeah, that's it also adds into it. It also adds into it. Like, guys.
I fear the day I give Ori a truly ugly character and she's just not able to do it. Because, like, gotta make him hot, man.
Bro, Mars is talking about this character that comes in further down the line, okay? And she was talking about him originally as like, oh, he can't be very handsome. And I'm like, no, but he has to be a little handsome. Like, I mean... He has to be a little handsome, though. You can't have that one. That one specifically.
He can be Von Karma handsome.
Gant.
All right, fine.
Gant.
Gant's not handsome.
Without the orange skin, he's not the worst. He's better than Von Karma.
He doesn't look like a tangerine.
He's better than Von Karma. Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay, unpopular opinion. Von Karma is better than Gant.
Whoa! I passed both of them, but no.
I passed both of them too, but
yes,
I have eyes, Ori.
He's so shriveled.
Ori, it's the confidence.
Okay, wait.
We've been saying this whole time that the confidence
I have a
helps,
question.
and I think Von Karma has more confidence than
This is important now. This is important, okay? I drew both Von Karma and Gant recently, directly next to each other, for a thumbnail. The video's out already. There's no spoilers, thumbnail-wise. So, I need all y'all to answer. Because this is the true Ori psyche, I guess, because I ain't going for perfect, comparison. Who did Ori draw hotter? Okay, well, if we're going on Ori standards... Yes, because this is what I did. Who's better in this image?
You gotta find the thumbnail.
No, I brought it up on stream. In this image.
Okay.
Who is better, Von Karma or Gant? This is the question. Von Karma sounds like a walnut! Thank you, Penguin! Thank you! Thank you, Penguin! Gant is better! Yes, Enthuse! Let's fucking go!
Really?
Can we appreciate two bad bitches? Better how? Looks-wise. Only looks-wise. Aesthetically. Which one is better? Thank you, Estrak Mars! You are sorely.
Hey,
sorely
I'm
outnumbered.
okay with everyone voting incorrectly. It's
Raisin
happened
versus
before. I'm okay with that. He's got a seashell for a beard.
Say blue or orange, Dichotomy. Say blue or orange. This picture, though, Von Karma? Damn. Wild.
I guess I choose Von Karma.
Well, apparently for the one I drew, Penguin has chosen Von Karma, but Gant's in the original art.
Interesting. I picked Von Karma for both.
Bro on the right is hotter, and you know what is going to be based on looks and vibes alone. Well, that's what we're going for, Dichotomy. We're going for looks and vibes alone. The personality is out of the question on this one. They're both evil dicks.
Well,
but
personality, they're both trash.
They're both horrible in their own ways. Very different ways, but their own ways.
What?
But you're saying the orange guy is the right guy?
Stole a child by killing his father.
No spoilers. Stop. We're not spoilers.
Didn't we all watch that? Didn't we all play past that?
We don't need to do it. Gant's hand. Eyes. Yeah, see? I was just...
Oh, it's the hand that's helping? Come on, guys. Von Karma could easily flip his hand the other way.
For Gant. Von Karma could flip it. Okay, I think the consensus is though base
on
Gant.
The hand pose. I think that's a really flimsy reason.
Base Gant was better than Von Karma. Unanimous besides you, Mars. This art, you know, it's a beard and glasses. All right, see, there you go.
I'm so sorry,
Gant
Penguin.
is regularly indeed. I know,
I shall give you
Penguin.
a special type of ear bleach that will.
I know,
wash it from your
Dichotomy. It
memory.
worked out though. Worked out on my side. He does. I see it. Novel's not as orange though. I'm very upset with how orange Gant is. Like I fucking color pick.
They had to make him look so.
I
orange.
color pick from the sprites in game, like the HD sprites. Like I literally get one and I color pick from them. So these are like the base colors. But, like, why is he the same color as a suit, guys? Why did they do that to him? Von Karma looks like a Nickelodeon. I see it.
Yes.
That was great. All right. Okay, final thing. Listen, Gant is orange tolerant. No, why do Edgeworth not have earring, please? Give. Von Karma has earring. Von Karma has earring. Franziska has earrings.
Like, please?
Edgeworth has Von Karma's entire drip. At least it's Bratworth. Bratworth at least should have had earring. Okay? Like, please? I will say,
I wanted in life.
Pastry Puff, I don't know if you summoned it into existence, but I saw the Brat Fiend ship, a little ship comic on Tumblr today, and the ship today, and it was just Phoenix being a fucking idiot and Edward being like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, that's the vibe I could get behind. It's Phoenix being fucking smitten, getting ready to look for Edgeworth, and he's just like, oh my god, there he is. As Edgeworth like walks out the door, and he's like, all right, I gotta be cool. I gotta, you know, like whatever. And I don't even remember what he says, but he says something really stupid, and
trips
it's
over
like
8
like,
flights of stairs.
Yeah, and Edgeworth's just like, good for you, buddy. And then he's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck is this?
I mean, that's
Do
the
I
vibe,
hear him?
Pastry Puff. Same, Dahlia missed out on giving Dahlia earrings. I don't know why she didn't have earrings. Her hair is back behind her ears, and she has nothing. Like, damn, you know, come on.
The only thing I could think, and I think someone had mentioned this in chat, is that sometimes Japan has different views on certain types of piercings, especially
Probably
for
hates
young
piercing
girls.
ears. Who knows?
So that could have been part of it. I
I
forget
get
who posed that as a potential reason.
Penguin. Oh, that one edge was always the no. Why did they do that to him? Why did they do that to the good boy?
Spell it that way.
Yeah. What kind of noise is that, Edgeworth? Please. My guy. But they're base then, Pastry Puff. Base.
If I read a fic where Phoenix and Edgeworth are getting up to like sexy fun times.
Yeah, and he just fucking breaks out the
no, I'm gonna lose it.
We're broken. We're broken out of it. I guess. But really? Yeah, but really, does it? Really does it? Because, like, it's not like their outfits are the same. If I'm being honest, I feel like it would fit better if she didn't. If Dahlia did, you know? Because the outfits are, like, exceptionally different.
Standpoint.
It is, Penguin. It is. But the outfits are, like, exceptionally different. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go too into spoilers, Ori.
I'm not. But it's like, that's not the part that we're trying to get to. It's okay. I gave my Dahlia earrings. Maybe I'll give my Bratworth earrings.
Butterfly earrings?
Yeah, they're great.
More than the butterflies flying around her.
Yes, so much
like,
better.
The umbrella animation was cute, but the butterflies was just kind of like, all right, like, I know Ace Attorney has its gimmicks and everything, but I'm like, but if it was butterfly earrings, that would be
I think the problem is D. Vasquez already had butterfly earrings. And it's like, I guess she was butterfly themed, but like, eh.
But it didn't have to be like dangle earrings. You could have had like the up against studs. The lobe piercings, the little studs. Thank you, that's what they're called.
No, okay, see, dichotomy, it only matters, that's if you're going based on the show. If you're based on the games, they don't fucking say shit. Not a single one of those bitches says anything. They go.
Wait, are you talking about the Pokemon game?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Pokemon games.
Okay. Because I think you said on the show they go or something
no,
like that.
I said in the show they say their name, but in the games those bitches don't say shit. They go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope my mic was able to pick that up.
I don't know. I also think that possibly, Penguin, that it does have to do with, like, pierced ears in the Japanese culture. I don't know how it is with women, but I do know that we, like...
Someone in chat had mentioned that
guys,
as a potential reason.
It's definitely, like, you're a delinquent, right? And I know that that's not what Dahlia's supposed to be. But in America, they fucking pierce, like, little girls' ears, like, little girls' ears, like, immediately. Very commonly. Yeah, seriously. But, like, pierced ears is, like, a super common, like, little girl thing. Right. So in my head, if we're going, like, the pure vibe, to me, having earrings is more, like, akin to that.
Would fit more.
Especially when her hair is in a way that specifically shows the ears. Right. Immediately, I think, like, cute little princess has earrings, and that's could just be.
Why wouldn't something be on the ears if we're showing them off? Because that's what I kind of expect with like a slicked back hair design. Nice, is like either some kind of headband holding it back, or exposure of earrings. At least design.
Definitely does pastry puff. Yeah, see, like I never wear my hair up. I rarely do. which is sad because I like to wear earrings. So I'm like, when a character has exposed ears, it's like, just give him.
Like,
Yes,
why aren't
Estrock,
you taking advantage?
Dylan
Do it.
is a method actor, and he prides himself in his voice acting, as he should. Because like I said, I would like Von Karma literally non-existently. I would not be happy that Von Karma was back like I'm happy when Von Karma's back because Dylan's playing him. Right. The Dylan that has
Dylan
been given
just
to Von
brings
Karma
him to life.
totally makes him like favorite villain. Like seriously. Same with Ungard. Ungard is a fun time. I think Ungard holds up on himself a lot more than Von Karma would if Dylan wasn't voice acting, right? I think I'd still have a fun time with Ungard. Von Karma, I think I just hate, like I hate Lotta. You know, like I feel like it would just be like deep-seated hatred. And not like, funny evil guy is back.
He'd still be a villain you love to hate, but it wouldn't be so like, oh, here he comes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's this guy. Like, it would be like,
there's
fuck.
anticipation now.
That's the difference. Okay.
And also the high-pitched voice is just better for him. It's sorry, so much game, better. It is.
I don't know what it is, but that low objection just doesn't hit me like it should. I don't know. He doesn't look like he should have such a low voice, I guess.
He is it's just intimidating, and he is an empowering figure, but he's not big. You know,
like
he just
I could
doesn't
see
seem
it.
like he'd have that.
What I don't understand is why they gave
booming voice.
Gregory in the official one now, right? The official voice for Gregory is so high pitched. It's just very odd. Like, he feels too young. You know what I'm saying? He feels like 21, not 26, right? With that voice. Versus the Prosy D voice is, like, perfect. That's, like, right at the solid nice, you know? Well, he's not 26. He's, like, 36 or something, right? He's 35. So, yeah, he should totally have the deeper voice. They did twink him in a way that they didn't draw him, though. The older profile was twinkier than his currentness now. Hi, Owen.
Yeah, riddle me that one.
I just don't understand. Yeah.
See new follows on Blue Sky. You guys.
Yes, Penguin, exactly. All right. What is the theme? Let's remove any viewing of Averett here for a second, as I wish to try and just do lots of doodles, really fast.
Okay.
We're just going
because this Hudson is fighting me tonight. Jesus.
Quick doodles,
my boy.
Trying to get him doing stuff. What should he be doing? I always picture. Yeah, go ahead.
Can he be holding his weapon?
Ooh.
Because you will have to draw that soon.
This is true.
So now would be a good time to get in some practice.
Right, let's actually get some references for that then.
See, guys, this is what a therapist does. They try to choose a goal that's very functional, that the person is going to carry over into the rest of their daily living. So, like, for example, drawing the sword, very functional to Ori's goal of wanting to draw the sword later on. Can you tell I've been in meetings all day?
Yes, she has been all day.
I have. But it honestly wasn't that bad.
Okay, well that character looks very like Jinx.
Oh my goodness, what's in your hair? Why are you fighting me, my child?
Weird.
Don't give me that face.
You're so up. I don't want any of this. I want literally anyone sword fighting well, please.
Let's see how chat's doing.
That's not the style of sword fighting I want.
falling down the stairs, Penguin. Oh,
Yeah,
poor
kicked him falling
Everett.
down
You know what?
See, the
No,
problem is
he deserves it. He
the
deserves
problem
it.
that I have is I need him to be hurt in a way that I can see actually happening. I can't see him being kicked down the stairs, nor letting himself get kicked down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way.
It's one of those things that's just unfortunately a little too comical
It's a
for
little
him,
too
which is
goofy
why
for
I
what would
love
happen.
it so much. Like, as soon as you said that, Penguin, I immediately imagined the Peter Griffin falling down the stairs.
Yes. I could see that.
Ooh, studying a map. Not bad, not bad.
He would definitely map. Yeah. See,
Articles. Well, Penguin, in those instances, we would call those motivators because, you know, if Ori, say, wanted to work on the banana peel slip more than the sword, we'd say to her, okay, first we work on our sword drawing, and then once you do that, we can do our banana peel. And that's the motivator. So you pair one with the other to encourage both skills.
So, he would be kind of up, kind of smug. We really gotta get the shoulders back.
Is he one of them cartographers? I mean, he's gotta have a good knowledge of maps. It is part of the job. He's gotta know how to navigate his own crew.
Okay,
to and
this
fro,
is the
back
hard
and
part.
forth.
And the hard part is making his body shape not like anyone else's. Because I have a tendency, and I specifically don't want him to have that tendency.
We believe in you, Ori.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go, Hotes. And now you're behaving. Thank you. Thank you for
Talking
listening.
about we ain't talking about master, you're asking about carts and graphs.
Okay, I gotta be honest, that was one of my favorite lines to write. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but I literally had a moment where I was like, what pun can I turn this into? Or how can I make Milano misunderstand this? Because, like, we want to show that difference between, like, Hotson is very academic based. He uses a lot of bigger words. Meanwhile, Milano would just be like, you read maps. Why do we need a special word for that? What the hell is a cartographer? It's a map reader, dang it. That's what you do. That's what it's called. So I was like, oh, well, cartographer. The word cart is in there. The word graph is in there. Although that does imply that Milano has a knowledge of what graphs are.
I think he would. I'm okay with that for his background.
His background as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
No, definitely. That's why I'm like, it works out. It works out.
It does work out.
But the problem is, like, thinking of graphs makes me think of math class, and oh, that poor boy would struggle in geometry. I'm sorry. Milano would be the kid who figured out how to type hello and boob on his calculator and hold it upside down.
Milano would also be the kid that's like, why do I need to know this? This would never help me in real life.
Oh, 100%. He and Ferrix both are just passing notes in the class.
But Ferrix actually gets hundreds on the tests because he's just innately good at math.
Ferrix is the type that's, like, still absorbing everything, and he does study at home, so he's able to pass. Meanwhile, Milano's like, yeah, see you in summer school.
So much for Fess. Lord Drop Milano is actually a top-rated insurance agent. Oh god, no.
Ooh, continue to speculate about Milano's background before he became the captain.
The Kofi people do have a little bit of insight on what he might have done before he was the captain, as there was, like, younger Milano drawings, different stages of Milano sketches on there as a carpenter tier reward. And I'm very proud of them.
I totally forgot about that.
I'm really proud of them because I really like how he progressed, you know?
It's so fun watching the characters grow, like, as you draw them more and more, seeing, like, how they change, how they settle, kind of come into their own.
Exactly.
So fascinating.
Yeah, I wouldn't say lazy necessarily, Mason, but definitely in the vibes of, like, you don't expect that this character is the smart tactician one, but he definitely is up there.
Oh yeah, I definitely always coded Ferex as the, like, he is smart. He's the kind who will pass the test and he'll say, "Oh yeah, I didn't study," but he studied the previous night and he studied a long time.
But he definitely has his, like, subjects that are, like, come easy and other ones that he has to really try on.
Oh yeah.
Like math, he could probably get away with just studying a little bit, but other classes might be a little tougher for him.
Absolutely.
But he'd still try because that's like a pride thing he would have.
Well, it's a pride thing, and then, like, I don't want to go too much into Ferrex's backstory, but yeah, he's got someone he wants to make proud.
He certainly does.
He really wanted to make somebody proud. A lot of hopes were riding on him.
That's why, okay, so the way that we, like, made all of our characters have sort of, like, childhood-related trauma, but where it's, like, all different, but, like, there's parallels and stuff that you could see, also makes me excited for the next comic as well. Because it's like, I could see how he could do similar things, or they all have different issues, but they all relate.
And considering the next comic will be, like, learning to live after essentially the apocalypse, like, hell yeah, there's gonna be trauma.
But it's like the way, because you can have very, like, different, like, because you can have trauma for, like, different reasons, right? Like, somebody going off to war has different trauma than somebody who was, like, abused by their significant other or something, right? Those are very different.
Exactly,
but you can also have issues that your parents gave you trauma, but every parent gave their child a different trauma. And that's like
why I
the
love
other
working with, like, the same cloth, but it leads to different
exactly
outcomes.
And that's what I love about our characters.
Exactly, because there are different ways that people can be scarred, and we show that with Ferex physically. We show it with other characters emotionally.
Ooh, and there's other characters with scars in the future.
A good range. Oh yes.
I'm excited for them.
Mental, the whole shebang. I am so excited.
See, that's the other problem.
I actually listened to my...
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was listening to my Outcast playlist for the first time in kind of a while, honestly. It had been a hot minute since I listened to it. And for some reason, when I put it on shuffle, all the messy, depressy songs came on back to back to back for all the characters. And I was like, well, I guess I'm thinking about their childhoods today. Exactly, Pastry Puff. So many trauma possibilities.
Okay. Taking reference, I do not know if this will be how his weapon looks exactly in the future, but we can get an idea for it here. You need to move down, my good sir. There's not enough room for you. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's something to explore too, Pastry Puff. And I think with the Outcast boys, including Averett's crew, you'll be able to tell who falls into which of those categories. Who falls into the avoidant tendencies and who falls into the I'm going to double down. Because we certainly got those too.
It'll be
Okay.
Port is gonna be a very interesting experience for I hope everyone.
I think Port is going to put a lot of things in a different perspective for people, for
as
the
long
readers.
as I do really good with all the facial expressions, I think we're gonna really get something really interesting, and I hope to see even more theories, because God, every time one of y'all, Pastry Puff recently did it, but every time one of y'all does anything in there, I'm like, oh!
It gives us life.
Literally, I'm like,
It
oh
really
my God,
does.
Pastry Puff put it in
We
there.
got so excited seeing that one theory the
Yes.
other day.
Oh, so good.
We were like, oh my gosh, people are making like hardcore in-depth
Yeah, that one was like
with
researched.
evidence. We were
That
like,
one was
holy
nuts.
shit, this is beyond our wildest
like,
imaginations.
oh my God. It's so, it means so much. Like,
It really
literally,
does.
we're small enough where I am able to look and see every comment on everything, every, you know, little like and everything, and they all mean a lot. Every single one. Well, not the one guy who was like, Milano looks like
guys,
beans.
my kitty is meowing at me.
But y'all know what I mean. Okay. I think that's good. Technically, you're not straight. And, well, Everett might not be straight.
Here.
His sword should
Meow into the mic. Be cute. Be cute. What do I pay you for?
She's gonna shut up. She's like, I don't give this out just cuz. Just to anybody.
Hey, you gotta work for these meows. Literally, she was at the door, and as you're talking, or she just goes, wow, you can almost hear her say the words. I swear, this cat talks sometimes.
I see, and I've already done the cardinal sin.
No! You can't lay down.
Nope. Alright, I gotta look at him. We're flipped the wrong way.
She didn't like that her favorite blanket was all scrunched up. So she needed me to fix it.
I see.
Spoiled. Little toddler. See, guys, this is why I don't need kids. I have a cat. That's more than enough. And this cat behaves like a toddler. Like,
I was trying...
I don't need a human version.
I was trying
hard
with
the cat version.
To convince Dylan to get a cat. He was never a big cat guy. He's fairly allergic to them, but, you know, he's just much more of a dog bro overall. And I love dogs. And if I had to choose, I would say I'm a dog person. But I like cats too, and I've had cats, you know, in my life. But I did just realize that our house is full of breakable trinkets on shelves, and it was like, yeah, maybe a cat's just a bad choice.
3D
And
and stuff.
and it's like,
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, and I was like,
I will
Dylan, you
say
win.
though, sometimes, especially with the older cats, like Misty is an older shelter cat. My mom and I specifically went to the shelter with this idea: we're going to get an older cat because they don't get adopted as often, and we're going to get a black cat because they also don't get adopted as often. With Misty, she had just been in the shelter for so long. I think she was very happy to leave and get out. So she is a very loving girl, very demanding, but very loving. She will cuddle. She will like sit by your feet. She'll keep you company. And I really like it depends on temperament, but I do find shelter cats are very like almost dog-like if you need to make that comparison. Yes, black cats are not adopted.
Black animals in general,
often.
even
And
black
it's
dogs,
because of the superstition.
And it's crazy to me that it even carries over to dogs, which is wild to me. Because like you hear about the black cat crossing path, but great statistics on dogs too, man. Dogs too.
It affects the dogs as well.
Yeah,
And then
black
also
pets
for
in general.
age, everybody goes in with this idea like, I want this animal either for life, or I want to have the cute kitten, or I want to have the cute puppy. And there are so many older animals in shelters that just end up living the rest of their lives in that shelter. Luckily, I find myself very fortunate. I do not live near any kill shelters. All the shelters, at least to my knowledge in my area,
Yes,
are
the
no kill
voids.
shelters. So they don't do that to the animals there.
I also
But even
find
still, it's like, it's so sad to think about. Just
I also
being
find
left
some
behind to live in
people
a cage your whole life.
claiming, and I'm not sure how much this is their actual thoughts or they're just trying to justify why they don't want a black animal, but they'll also sometimes, I've heard claims of like their nails are just harder to clip because you can't see them like you can see, you can't see the quick, and it's like, you're really gonna
That's
like, come on.
Bullshit. I'm sorry. Misty has thick nails, but that's mostly from age, as I found out. Because
Yeah.
the cartilage apparently grows thicker as you age.
Yeah.
But
even in
I'm sorry,
humans.
her claws are pure white against a black paw.
Yep. Nope.
You can't see that.
People are ridiculous.
Calling shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans. That is I've never heard of that reason. That is the most ridiculous reason I have ever heard for not adopting a black animal.
Yep, I did hear that one.
That is insane. Where did you hear that one?
Trying to remember. I think it was a vet told me. I think it was a vet telling
Really?
me the story. Yeah. Of like,
Oh.
yeah. They would never, they would never get a black pet again because they always had to bring the pet in to get their nails clipped to the vet because they couldn't do it without, unfortunately, cutting the quick. Because it's tough, like, no doubt there, but...
It's tough to see, but like, get a light, man. The rest of us do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that feels like such an excuse to me.
Such cope? Yeah, it is definitely cope, but...
That is big cope.
Yeah, no, and it's not even harder to see, like, on their black fur.
The nails are
it's
white.
But I would say that Misty is an exception. At least in dogs, you get a black dog, you get black nails. That's how it goes. And so you can't see the quick at all. The nails are black. So the dog I had before,
so here's what you
Cassie,
do. You go into the groomer and you say to them, hey, could you teach me how to cut my dog's nails?
Yep, people are
like
lazy though,
responsible
Mars.
owner.
People are lazy. Ugh, so many people don't. They get a pet as as an object, and it's sad. Okay.
An object or an accessory?
Yeah. Oh,
Aw.
I'm being dumb.
Okay, she's very content now.
I'm being dumb with my own design.
She's all cuddled up on the blanket. She's very happy.
Oh, baby. I wasn't giving him the rolled up sleeves he needs.
Oh, snap! We gotta have the rolled up sleeves.
I've fixed it.
Okay. Hudson, your eyes are so rolled back I can barely see the pupils.
Don't make it sound extreme. It's not weird, okay? His feet are brown. Yeah, my only white dogs seem to have white nails. I had a brown dog. She had black nails. We had a black dog. He had black nails. We do currently have a white dog, and she does indeed have clear white nails. Okay, Everett, I need to see how your uniform looks again. That I am allowed to look at because I didn't look at that before. We were just drawing his head. References.
Vibe.
Everett.
So that's not the one.
Hudson has no pupils. No, they do have pupils.
Well, apparently he has no pupils when he's being sarcastic.
They all roll their eyes.
I think if I remember correctly, he's being a little shit in this scene.
Yeah, he probably is.
Boy has learned nothing yet.
He can't learn that fast. Then we wouldn't have a comic.
He started getting the lessons, but now that he's on the boat, he's like, I don't have to internalize these. I don't have to actually bring these lessons with me. I can just go home to my bubble and forget about it. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't work that way, Hotsun. Sorry, you're on college for 4 years. You got a lot of changing to do. It's funny. I always describe Hotsun's journey as the kid from the conservative family that left for public school, college, and came back completely changed after 4 years.
Which
That's
will
how
be
I've always
super
envisioned
funny.
Hotsun's journey.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get that life experience, Penguin.
Yeah, exactly.
Go see a concert, maroon your ship, meet some friends.
He's done the college bit already, but he did it at an equally conservative school. He needs to go somewhere else now.
He's got to get out of the rural areas. He's got to go to the city where there's more diversity.
All these analogies are funny for our world, but I can't say anything.
I know, right? It's killing me inside. Oh. All in due time. All in due time.
All in due time, indeed. Okay, I'm already really much happier with this Averett, like body shape-wise, too. I will say
love the pose. That is super fun.
His body's fighting me a little bit, but we can fix it. Needs to be a little thicker, sir. I don't want you to have stick leg. That is not the condition that you are a part of.
Oh, that kind of thicker? I thought you were gonna do some cake.
I don't want to... I will say, I lean really hard into cake, so I was trying to avoid him being as caked. I did make his hips slightly wider. I'm also going for him being much more, like, athletically toned, you know? Like, when you think of, like... I don't want him to be Dr. Eggman. You know,
no,
I guess
that makes sense with his military background.
Exactly. I want him to be more like a military guy than like, because I want him to be more, I guess, well-rounded than specified, right? Because you saw a couple not that kind of round, but I feel like he'd have his glutes would be tight, not, you know, badonkin.
Oh yeah. Nope, he wouldn't be badonkin. Ferrex has that category covered.
Ferrex wins, yes.
Okay, this stripey came out terrible. I'm gonna redo it. Try again. That's a bit better. That actually looks like something.
Did Averett go to college? Technically, in a way. Not so it's more like college in the universe doesn't exist like college we have now does. College would exist more like it did in the past, where it's much more for just like really wealthy and highly educated like sort of positions, and that it is a little bit more on the like you brush elbows with the elite side. So while he would have gone, it would not have been with the same intention that Hotsun would have gone, right? Hotsun does want to be an academic. Hotsun does want to learn and do research. I mean, that's why he went on this expedition in the first place. But, oh snap, pastry buff. But, Avery would have gone because he does need to be learned, and he does need to be, you know, of higher status, but not because he specifically had an interest in higher education. Right? I think that's pretty valid. Mars?
I think so.
Okay.
Therein lies the difference. For
Yeah,
Everett, he
exactly.
comes
Everett
from
went for
a very
networking.
wealthy family, so he's got to kind of uphold the family name. But he certainly doesn't have a passion for research like Hotson does.
But he went in like a military officer should be, learned, right?
Well educated,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
That sort of era of everything. It'd be more intimidating than like
I went to college. Nah, Averetts is more like, I've studied the ways of the blade.
As
And
you can
Milano's
see,
like, good for you. So did I.
I hope to. I might actually manage to convey. We'll see with these poses exactly how Averett feels about the sword, and that'll be good because that's what
Ooh.
I want.
I'm very curious how that will look.
Well, I mean, this one's a good start to it, but then the next one, I think, is going to be a little different. This is some bop of music, though, Pastry Puff.
Yeah, right? I'm kind of vibing over here.
I do want to play Leighton.
Good tunes.
I've seen too much, and honestly, that's very minimal. But I've seen too much Leighton content,
I have
and
now
I've
written
seen
a
you guys talk
Leighton
about
fan
it.
fiction. I think I have to play it now.
And I also can't deny that I really want to play the crossover really bad.
Yeah. I want to see the interactions. Hello,
Yeah.
Allie.
Hey, hello. We're drawing Averetts.
Welcome.
The another hot boy.
Yes. The man, the myth, the legend.
Because he's going to be showing up a lot, and I'm not particularly ready.
The man, the myth, the legend, the asshole.
Don't do it, Ori. Okay.
What are you trying to not do? Give him Phoenix eyebrows?
No, not give him Milano eyes.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful. Ooh, question for me.
Ooh,
Finished my draft for a one-shot of Dungeon Meshi. Wondering if you would want to beta read it for typos and constructive criticism. I would love to, Pastry Puff. I cannot promise that I will get to it soon, but I can definitely read it by next week for sure. And if it's a Dungeon Meshi fic, I am hella on board. I mean, we all know Monster Soup for the Soul. If there's more of that, yes, I am so down.
That I really gotta do. I know.
Please.
I'm just trying
to upload it to archive.
I know. I've just been trying to think of an idea because the first one was kaput because the books are so boringly covered.
Wait, what do you mean the books are so boringly covered?
You know what I mean. Chicken Soup for the Soul books are bitch.
Oh, that. Yeah, they suck.
Because it's like, oh, of course, why don't I take the inspiration from the thing that the title's a pun on? Because they suck.
Because
I will say,
the covers for those books are actually lame.
Yeah, I will say I have indeed had some ideas again recently. So we'll see how they come along. So possibly
what form they take, what shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pastry Puff, definitely you can DM it to me, and I'll check it out.
It just sadly hasn't come as nice as the other ones because I feel like partially the fact that the title is a joke like that does make it like I was ready and then it was like, and I can't use this.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, and it was
that is similar to what I experienced in writing the fic.
That's true.
I had this idea of I'm ready, and then I started writing. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yep.
And then 3 months later, the idea came back. Allie, you should know us. We do judge a book by its cover. I will
only
say,
because
half of the
I
reason
draw the
I
covers.
buy particular books is based on how good they look on my shelf. Like, I want the pretty covers. Like, guys, little fact about Mars. If I see a book with one of those more realistic covers, like it looks like real
Dislike.
people on
I
it,
hate. Never.
very
Can't do
rarely
it.
am I going to want to read it. But if it's a book with like all these colors and swirls and it looks like someone painted or drew it, I'm like, oh, now I want to
Symbolistic,
see that.
drawn. I want it
Yes.
to have a vibe. I really don't like the ones that aren't a vibe at all. Because, like, okay, the fics that I have drawn covers for Mars for, 3 of them are ship fics. One of them is
They're
like
beautiful.
a crossover slice of life fic, right? And none of them are just the people. And I never want, like, I specifically set out when drawing the covers, I wanted to
more
be
moments.
artsy with it. I wanted to be artsy with it. I wanted it to be the vibe of the fic, right? And I think that's why I'm a little hung up on the Monster Soup for the Soul as well, because I was ready to use the inspiration, and then of course it fucked off because the book covers are bad. But it was like they're all like the vibe of like reading the fic is like, this is the important symbolism part and how it looks at the thing, you know, it's like this is the moment and all this sort of stuff. And so I like covers like that are like aesthetic like that. Covers where they're just like, this is the couple in the setting, is like hand drawn or not, is like, I'm not really interested about like, here are the 2 people that get together in the book on the cover at the place, is like, Yes, Penguin, and I don't want that because they're I don't want it.
I'm gonna have to use that one.
They're very like, graphic design is my passion, right? And
yeah,
they just,
that's the way to describe it. It really is.
They're very much, graphic design is my passion. I wanted to be a magazine, and I just, that's not the vibe for the story, right? And so it's like, I want to make it artsy. Don't remember the covers. It's like, it's white, and then it has the title on it, and it has some sort of slightly faded kind of, sometimes it's like drawn or
Show off some covers, Ori,
or like,
just to give them a little bit of an idea.
Okay. You want me to draw a cover?
Oh no, I thought you were describing the old covers.
Yeah.
Because Estrock said they don't remember the covers.
Oh, it looks like
or
this.
Wait, is that the chicken soup for the covers?
It looks like this.
Yeah, there they are. Look at that. Terrible.
Like they're just nothing burgers. They're graphic design is my passion. I wanted to be
graphic design is my passion.
I wanted to be,
especially with the mix of fonts.
The mix of fonts. I wanted to be a magazine with all the words on the cover. Like, there's too many words on the cover, right? Why are there all these words on the cover? They're all kind of, because that's the formal way to hold swords. He's being formal right now. And was the goal of this one. And that's why he will be holding the sword very differently in the next one.
He was trained professionally, I will say that.
But he also has influences from some other character.
What the hell is this one? Penguin sent one of the ones in a club meme, and literally it's a picture of the guy opening his shirt, but then it's like the words are inside the shirt, but then there's more words and they go outside the shirt. So if they were trying to do the styling of like the words are inside him, like they didn't even carry through. They ran out of space.
So wild.
Oh, this looks so bad. These books hurt me. That is pain.
It's so true, pastry puff. But then he goes, I'll help you. Sometimes, if they're deserving.
You know what? Graphic design was their passion in a decade where graphic design didn't really matter.
Canadian Lucifer ripping out my heart.
I know, right?
Thanks for
like
ending
how dare.
me.
How friggin' dare.
How friggin' dare indeed. Graphic design was their passion. Yeah, that's all I could say. It's the only way to put it. Alright. I think that's a pretty good Everett. I'm pretty happy with that. It's a little... We'll fix a little bit. It's a little much.
Oh, he's looking good in that pose. Ooh, this is giving me inspiration for that upcoming scene.
Good. So now we get the other one. Yeah, there we go.
It really helps when Ori settles a character because then I can envision it in my head so much clearer. And really that's the whole part of the writing process, is just envisioning what's happening in my head and taking that and putting it on paper.
Beautiful. Okay. Now I need to see. There's a very
is he
specific
left-handed, Mazen asks. Oh, what I dropped.
I ain't gonna choose yet. I'm gonna go with no. I just drew him this way. Probably not, but I make no guarantees one way or the other. Barracks is ambidextrous, though, and that is canonical.
He's a boy of many talents.
His hands are bisexual. Barracks is, yeah. Wait, how did I get ended? Oh, I got ended because Canadian Lucifer put in... I don't remember. Was it sketchbook?
I think it was... museum?
Museum.
Yeah, museum.
Yeah. In the museum, this art of an Eddie Fender post passing the bar, becoming a lawyer, and pain and suffering. If it was a different animal, he would be ambidextrous. Yes. There are amphibians, so okay.
I'm
looking for something specific. Yeah, like that. Ooh, hello, Jason Momoa. No. This is kind of what I want. Okay, I'm sorry.
What the hell?
Look at this image of these knights. Look at this historical drawing of these knights.
Oh, this ought to be good. Historical drawings are always amazing. Oh, man.
Oh! Oh!
That right there. That's the anatomy of One Piece and 90s anime combined.
Oh!
Damn!
Oh, I can't with the
amazing.
Not that! Not the kidney! Oh!
That's my appendix, good sir! How dare thee!
Use the hip thrust to get better motion on the sword.
Why is he holding... Is it supposed to be a sword or a javelin?
They're both swords. They're both swords. It's just too
okay. He's got his hand on the sword. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you can do that.
And not cut yourself?
Yeah, so actually, guys, a big thing is a lot of times you're wearing a gauntlet, and you can hold the sword, and you're not gonna cut yourself, so you're not gonna have a problem with that. But on top of that, swords a lot of times are not, like, you can hold them, and it's only when you slice that you have a problem. But actually beating this hand, like the blade, into your hand is not actually going to cut you as much as you'd think. It's not going to suddenly slice your fingers off, because that's not what they're meant for. They're meant for slashing and sometimes stabbing. But so you can grab swords, and you may bleed a little bit, but, like, you know, if you don't have, you know, a glove on or anything like that. But the actual, like, hitting into your hand is not that big of a deal overall. It's not like holding a kitchen knife, where if you have a well-sharpened kitchen knife, you will cut your fingers off, because that's what they're meant for, right? But a sword is meant for slashing, not cutting. There's a difference.
That's interesting. I think a lot of people think of swords like basically bigger kitchen knives that can do the same type of damage.
Yeah, no. It is different. A lot of sword techniques actually involve holding the sword on the blade to block, to do all this sort of stuff. But again, 99% of the time,
for future fight scenes,
they're wearing gloves.
So guys, what Mars has learned is that Mars needs to study up on her sword knowledge.
Yes.
In order to write these
Would
scenes.
you like to see... I can recommend you one specific content creator, and he is literally a guy that teaches pole dancing that got into archery, and he's perfect. It's great.
That guy.
He's so good. That's where I learned all this shit about, because he talks about all weapons. He has like a fucking Zweihander that he like wields around. It's nuts.
Yes.
So many Ferrex poses. So many Ferrex
I never remember
poses.
his name, but I definitely referenced him for like, okay, I imagine Ferrex moving like this during this scene.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna come out with it, and I'm gonna say, Mars got on the furry side of the internet, and she didn't even get on the furry side of the internet. She got on the Therian side of the internet, and she found...
My feed recommended it to me.
Yeah,
and
she
I
found
just
this one
to
guy.
click on it because I was like, you know what? Dancing, animal mask, you know what? Vibe.
She found this one guy, and he's a Therian doing Therian things, and one of the Therian things is to be in a person body and run on all fours, and he is incredibly elegant about it. Like 90% of the comments are being like, how fuck, and I'm just like, hello Ferrex.
Literally,
today
I sent a reel to Ori with the idea. I literally said to her, you have to check this guy out. So many Ferrex ideas with this guy. So many. So many. Especially the dancing. But there's that one video where he starts out on all fours, and the way he's like dancing on all fours is like really animalistic. And I'm like, I could really see Ferrex doing that.
There's a bunch where he like runs around, like he's and then he like jumps, and like they slow it down. It's like slow-mo, but it's very elegant, and it's wild.
It's crazy.
I got an update on my commission. Let me look at you.
Okay, if anyone wants to see the video, DM me Laura Mars Instagram and I'll send it to you. Because I've been having trouble posting the Instagram reels in Discord for some reason. It's just not happening. At least we're not linking back to my own account, and I don't want that. So,
you look so
DM me on
good.
Insta. Guys, if you want to see it, and I will happily send it to you, because, oh man, the inspiration was flowing after seeing that. I was like, man, I could really see this. Because I've always had this idea of, like, there are going to be moments when the callers use their caller abilities. Like, there are going to be moments where that happens. Like, there's always been this plan that Milano will have a moment where he goes down on all fours, he snarls, he does all the things that, you know, basically a Cayman would do. So to see some inspiration for Ferrix's potential moment, I was like, ooh, okay, vibe. Let's go. And again, I don't know how I got on that side of the internet. It was literally just hanging out in my feed along with Edward Elric and who else? I think it was Dragon Quest, because I've been looking up a lot of that recently. I think Dragon Quest just had a friggin' resurgence. They remade a bunch of the old games. I'm kind of like, oh shit. As if my to-play list wasn't long enough.
Guys, this is the watermarked version, but you guys want to see the commission? It's so good. Yeah?
Show it off.
Okay.
Show it off.
Show it off.
If Averett was an animal, what do you think he would be?
Okay. Hold
Ooh,
on, guys.
That's a tough one.
So, you guys know Paula Piroff, right? She's the person behind those beautifully animated Ace Attorney animations. She does a lot of Ace Attorney stuff. She's currently working on The Breakfast Guild, which I'm very ready for. But she opened up commissions, and I got one! And I commissioned my boy! Look at it! This is the watermarked version, because I just paid. But, like...
God, that's amazing! Oh,
I'm screaming! You can hear that.
That's amazing!
Look at it! Oh my lord!
She did such a good job. I have to Discord her. I have to Discord her. Wow, she did him such justice. I am amazed.
Oh my god. Yes, guys, do you recognize the outfits? The different versions? We have regular Hotsun, classic outfit. We have Ace Attorney. I couldn't pass up on Ace Attorney Hotsun with the Ace Attorney artist, man. Like, Jesus, how could I not? And then, of course, we have Bandai Argyle's sweater Hotsun. Because look at him. Look at Argyle's sweater Hotsun, right? Like, look at the baby boy. He's lovely. We stan. Oh.
It's so good.
So good. So good. Oh my god. I can't. Ugh. Tsuruya Mouse and Addie would be a golden retriever. I can see it. Definitely Mouse Sid.
I could definitely see that.
He's a non-karma prosecutor,
Black
yes.
Cat golden retriever vibes already.
He had to be a prosecutor. He had to be a prosecutor for the Ace Attorney AU to work.
Be?
But just I can't. It looks so good.
You look so confident for once. Hotsun non-karma.
Yeah. Hotsun non-karma.
I love it.
Beautiful. He would be confident, arrogant in the Ace Attorney AU. That's how we have him set up.
Yeah, because he's in a position of power and he can flaunt it. Like, guys, that's kind of everything he's ever wanted.
I'm so happy. Oh, so good. My lord above. It's beautiful. Alright, back to you, bitch. Okay.
That's amazing. Yes. Back to you, Averetts.
Back to you, bitch. Alright.
You bitch.
I do need to draw you a very specific way, and the references have been not great.
We call him bitch very lovingly. He's our little bitch.
I like that one, but we have the issue where you don't have any armor at all. There. Milano could do that. The question is... Yeah, same with
It's really funny, you guys. Ori taught me how to change out my nib the other night, and I've been using it, and it's great. The pen pressure is more responsive now. It's lovely. But I am so used to working with a broken nib that it feels so weird to use. This is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just an adjustment.
Yes, exactly, Esdruk. Me trying to debate on how I want this pose to go. I don't want to draw him in the same direction.
Oh, Enthuse, I sent you the thing. Let me know. What do you think? I don't know. To me, it was very Ferex-like, and Ori agreed.
Oh, I saved the one that I really liked. Like, I saved the one where I'm like, yes, this is how you run as a person on all fours. You know, there is a sport of, like, running on all fours as a human, like, racing. That's, like, a thing.
Yeah,
like,
I've
people
heard of
race
that.
on all fours. It's wild.
Things are like that. That is crazy.
We think that they will
So, like,
surpass,
respect.
biped running. Okay, good
More
sir.
sense to run on all fours.
It does make sense.
Yeah, you run on all fours, and then you stand up when you need to use your hands. Now you got the best of both.
Indeed.
What's not to love?
Oh, no, I didn't save it. I just took pictures. It's okay. It's very easy to find them again. It was this one. Now I will save it.
There we go. That's what we want to see. That's what we like to see. There you go, Milano. Captain command his ship without
What a
his
headstand was very recently?
fluffy hair. What
You
happened?
didn't know what a headstand was?
Yeah.
Which body parts fights you the most? Arms and hands.
Well, I know for Ori it used to be feet.
Yeah, feet were a big problem. I will say it can be feet still. I don't know if I have one that constantly yeah. Well, I'm glad. That's usually how it works though, Allie, you know. You get punched or kicked, that's how you get a black eye. So hands make sense. So oh, I see, Estrak. Okay, you only learned how to do it the right way. Okay. That was the problem.
Okay.
Damn, these hands got hands, indeed.
That they do.
What was I saying? I think at this point, Allie, it really
Right,
depends
Enthuse?
on the day. Right? Yeah!
Like,
he
He
really
embodies it so well.
If I was to believe anyone actually was a Therian, like, this man's got it down. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking moves so
That's
so
like-
well. It's nuts.
He really does. And I'm just like, hello, Ferex inspiration.
Literally. It's like, oh, let me watch this person run on all fours.
Ooh. Okay, Ori Enthuse, I'm sending you another one of this guy jumping through the water at the beach. This could just straight up be Ferex.
Amazing.
It's just,
You got that dog.
oh my god.
It's the, like, leaps that get me. That's what's crazy.
It really
like, the
is.
leaps and landing on your hands? That's nuts. Crazy stuff.
The video's like, it's not flat palm. He's walking with the curled fingers
Yeah.
to do the paws.
It's wild.
That is not easy.
Okay, I'm having second thoughts about what I understood to be a headstand, Estrak, the way you're talking about it. No.
I think you're
It's a
thinking about a
headstand.
headstand in the right way.
What are you talking about, Estrak? You might have
A
your hands on
headstand
the
or
ground.
A handstand?
A handstand doesn't involve your head at all. But a headstand, no, you're right. I don't know what we're talking. It was always on your head. He is a leaper, and so is Ferrix.
Oh, big time.
You have like your elbows for stability sometimes. I mean, some people don't need the elbows for stability, but like I always did it with the elbows. But your head's on the ground with most of your weight. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have lost the thread. Please don't get stuck in the blanket. You get stuck in the couch enough. I could literally fill an album. Don't get stuck in the blanket.
She says, "Don't tell me what to do, Mom."
She literally made eye contact with me and stretched even harder. As if that's possible. Oh, like, okay, all right.
I read a thread.
Like, see if I unhook you from the blanket.
I saw a thread recently that was like, oh, I see. You didn't have your, like, forearms on the ground?
Oh, you were just on your head?
Just on the head. Okay. It's called a headstand because your head's still on the ground. Like, it's one of, like a 3-point thing, you know? Like, it's involved.
Yeah. But it's like, damn, you didn't have to go that hard.
I mean, I bet your balance is crazy then.
Oh, yeah. I think I've told the story about how I almost dislocated my shoulder doing a handstand, right?
No.
I never told that story?
No, I don't remember it, and I'm usually good about that shit.
Okay, I guess we're telling the story since we're on handstands now. So guys, maybe as I tell the details, you'll remember. But basically in high school, we were allowed to opt out of gym. We could take yoga, we could take dance,
or archery.
There was another option. And archery, thank you. Yeah, I kicked myself for not taking archery, but I did do dance because that's what I really enjoyed at the time. And one of our units was a Broadway unit where we learned how to do a Broadway dance. And the selected dance for that particular unit was from Newsies, the musical. And it was the big number where the Newsies are singing about like how they're going to revolt against Pulitzer, they're going to go on strike. And in the middle of this dance, there's a big moment with one of the props where they take the newspapers, they pull them apart with their feet, like they're meant to break fairly easily, and they dance on top of the newspapers, but then they jump off, do a handstand onto the papers, grab them as they come up, and then crumple it and throw it. So we actually learned how to do that. We practiced that dance, us and the teacher. And it was really fun to do because that's one of those moves that makes you feel like, holy crap, I can dance, like I pulled off a cool move. So of course, me being me, when I got home from school, I wanted to practice it more in my bedroom because I was like, wow, that was really fun. I love doing this dance. I want to see if I can hit the moves even better or just get gooder, I guess. So little Mars is playing the song on her phone. She's practicing it over and over. I mentioned this story, Pastry Puff, but maybe for people who missed it, I'll go through it very quickly. Basically, what ended up happening, I get to the part of the dance where the handstand comes in. And yes, I was using newspapers. I was practicing with the newspapers because I had to be authentic. So I try it, and my feet don't go up that high. Like, the whole time I've never been doing a full vertical handstand. It's always been like the little kick up kind of 90, 75 degree angle and then back down. It's like it's serviceable, but I really wanted to do a handstand. So I tried it and then I was like, okay, I know I can do it. Let me try again. So I throw myself forward onto my hands, kick my legs up, and I'm actually vertical. Like I am at a full vertical angle. And I'm like, oh my God, doing a handstand. This joy lasts for about a second before I feel my arm slip out from under me. because of the newspaper. And instead of flopping over onto my back or onto my side, which would have been the preferable method, I came crashing straight down onto the ground and directly onto my right shoulder. And all you heard was this big bang. Oh shit, really friggin' hurt. What was even better, my mom heard it, and I'm like, oh crap, if she finds me on the floor and clutching my shoulder, like, she's either gonna tell me, oh, why did you do that, Mars? That was so stupid. Or she's gonna get needlessly over worried. And at the time, I was like, this is fine. It's just a bruise. It's fine. So I pick myself up off the ground. I hobble to my bed, and I just kind of get in that, like, crunched up position where it's like, I could theoretically be taking a nap
The fetal
if someone
position.
happened to walk in on me. She comes up to my room, she's like, what was that bang I heard? And I'm like, nothing. It's fine.
I guess Ori was really distracted. I don't remember this story at all.
You must have been like deep. Maybe it was on Making Time Night. Maybe
Probably.
you were invested in making Cersei happen.
Because I definitely
that
tune
takes
a
lot
lot
of
out.
attention from Ori.
Yeah.
But
Because
yeah,
chat's
so
saying they remember.
What I thought was a bruise nearly ended up in a dislocated shoulder. I could not wear my backpack on that shoulder for over a week. So I got to walk with the off the shoulder cool look, but it was murder on my left shoulder. That backpack is heavy, man.
Like a thing, and it was like Rebecca, what are you doing? And it's a girl, and she's wearing a backpack, and she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, one shoulder, we're in high school now, you gotta be cool. She's like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, so cool. That's all I could think about.
And I'm in my 30s. Man, why did we think off the shoulder was so cool? What is the psychology
I never thought it was
behind
cool.
that?
I just thought it was easier. You know, it's easier to
it
put
was
on
easier
and off.
Too, because I was like, one over the shoulder, done. And if I had more books, I would do two straps.
Or if I'm like walking really far is
heavy.
different than like, oh, I'm going like a minute away, you know?
Oh yeah. Especially like transitioning between classes, it's like, why would I put on two shoulder straps? Like, that's a waste of time. I'm just gonna take it off when I get there anyway.
Exactly.
You do remember the mom part of the story? Okay.
No, chat
tell that
remembered.
story before.
Chat remembered. Just Ori did.
Chat's got a good memory. Chat has a very good memory.
I'll admit, I probably just really wasn't listening. I was probably on Making Time and trying to bet it was the head turn.
It must have been the head turn, because that one gotcha.
Hated that.
Yeah, Mars ended up with a lot of dance injuries. I definitely told the story about me getting kicked in the head during the recital.
Yes,
I know I've told
that
story.
one, because that one was always paired with my getting kicked in the face during gymnastics and getting my one and only black eye.
Yeah. See, that it's easy to remember when Ori and I have a paired story.
Yeah.
Like one goes into the next. That's how we remember. Yeah, it had to be a VTuber stream, Allie.
Yeah.
Your time, Penguin. Well, I'm glad you could hear the story. See, even if I do end up retelling a story, chances are there's someone new who's hearing it for the first time.
Yeah, at this point, we do grow enough. Okay. Why are you so awkward, my guy? Yeah. I know why, but
that was not a fun day. There was also the time my brother smashed my finger in the cabinet. He didn't break it, but I do remember going to the doctor for it because I could not move that finger after it. And every time the doctor tried moving it for me, I was like, ow, that really hurts. And he's like, oh, you're just saying that because your brother will get in more trouble. And I'm like, No, it really hurts.
I hate that. I hate
What
that.
the
Who the
hell,
fuck
man?
cares? Like, don't you get more money if you run more like, bitch, like, Jesus
Right?
Christ.
Just give me the goddamn splint.
Believe kids. I hate that. Every time. Oh.
That was my first instance of being pissed off. My other instance of being pissed off was when I was rushed to the ER and they just, they really made me mad at that one. And I was like in and out of consciousness for that one, but I could still feel anger.
No, it's like, believe kids, okay? Like why?
Seriously. Like, yes, my brother smashed my finger in the door. Okay, it's not broken, but it still hurts. I still can't move it.
Yeah, really.
Taught you will do.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like, what is the negative of you looking into it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the downside of you looking into it? I just can't fathom, you know?
None that I can think of. And this was back in the 2000s, so wouldn't have really taken much. But they did end up giving me a splint for that one. Yes, good treatment of children. We stand. Also, Sakamoto days. Good treatment of shin by the doctors. We stand.
Yes.
Exactly, Penguin. Like, why bother going into pediatrics if you're not going to believe your client?
It just makes no sense.
That too, Estrock.
Yeah, anyone not believing children, just like, yes, every once in a while, is there a bad egg or a liar? Yeah, but you know what you teach them if you don't believe them the first time?
I'd rather take that chance than let something horrible happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, if they're coming to you for the little things and the little lies to get a reaction, guess what? They'll probably come to you in the future for the big things as well. If you take the little things seriously. Saying fall for the lies, but,
yeah,
listen. It doesn't hurt.
Don't like your one hand, my guy. Oh, I wanted to say to Allie about arm length. The, wrist is at the crotch and the elbow is, at the waist. That's how you judge arm length. Another good way I saw how to do it once is you get the shoulder and then you get, the wrist. And then if you make a line between them, you can take from the middle out roughly where the elbow should be. And that can help you orient where your arm is supposed to go.
Orient using Ori.
Exactly, Pastry Puff. Exactly.
What the fuck? Did I forget to... Oh, no, I didn't forget to. That's just another thing.
Whoa. I was on the wrong layer. Don't do that again.
Exactly, Pastry Puff. Exactly.
No problem, Allie. I hope it helps. I'm definitely not one all the time about tricks are the thing, but every once in a while I end up with a trick where I'm like, oh yeah, no. That really changed how I did shit. You tired of hearing Godot theme? Is that what's on right now? I only barely have it up for me. Oh, or because of Ace Attorney. Because of your last one.
I never have the stream sound turned on. Otherwise, I'm just listening to echoes of mine and Ori's.
Well, you can't do it there, yeah.
Essentially.
But no, I think it's from Allie playing the case, the Ace Attorney case.
Ah, okay.
But how do you feel about Godot, Allie? Smash?
Yeah. What are
Yeah,
we
that's
thinking about
nuts as
Mr.
drunk.
Godot himself?
He is annoying. He's very annoying.
Oh,
He is
yes,
certainly
kitten.
annoying. We're not there yet. Shh. Spoilers.
Someone else said kitten. First episode of season 2. Nice, Pastry. Oh, you're gonna have a good time with season 2. Get ready for the gut
Yes,
punches.
season 2.
Season 2 is good. It's really hard to rank the seasons of Mob Psycho.
Because they all do such different things.
They really do.
They cover such different areas.
Like, season 3 was an amazing send-off. I don't know, is season 1 my favorite, though?
I think season 1 is my favorite. I
think season 1 might be my favorite.
It's just all good together, you know?
Yes. Take advice from Allie. Season 2 will mess you up. Season 2 will fuck with ya. I know I certainly had a moment at one point.
Yeah.
But I will not mention.
Well, you can't. You're not allowed yet.
I think I live text. I don't remember if I live texted Ori, but I live texted someone about something that happened in season 2.
I think it
where
was
I was
me.
freaking out.
I think
Was
it was
you?
me.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was me. Because that would have been we were in college.
Yeah, so that would check out.
Just
Hey, go for it,
analyzing.
Penguin.
Yeah, why
I feel
not?
like this is a good time to do it.
Did
I
it
hear
end?
people are
or
doing
is
that
it
with AOT
almost
too.
over?
I think MHA ended, if
Okay.
I'm remembering correctly.
It was either
Please correct
ending
me if I'm wrong.
or ended. Mason would know. I don't actually know if Mason would know.
That's what
I
I'm
know
kinda
Mason
counting
is
on.
only
Mason, do you know?
kind of in the
It
thing.
is
The
done,
manga is done?
according to
Okay.
Penguin. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but apparently not Estrock. Surprise!
Exactly,
we love seeing your breakdowns, your dissections of the series, your theories and everything. So please keep them coming. I'm actually thinking of potentially watching another episode of Dr. Detective tonight.
Mm.
I'm like, I could go for a good episode. Alrighty, Milano, let's get you finished, because we still got to do your face. You
This
gotta put
Everett
your
poses
face on, my dude.
fighting mate. It did not want to do what I wanted it to do, and that's okay.
Sometimes that's just life. That's the beauty of style settling, you guys.
See, this is
that
the
the
fight,
time
Allie.
can be taken to
Sometimes
finish,
just the
figure this
art
out.
fights. And nothing else.
But not the art fights. That's not for a couple months now.
But it's like, it's nothing specific. It's just not this one. And I should honestly kill my darling, but in a way, I'm too lazy to do that.
Or he's like, I want this darling. I like this darling.
It's more like I don't want to have to start another darling at this point.
Well, to be fair, we got about 40 mintes left.
That's
so
what I'm saying.
I can understand that. Hi, what do you want? Oh my goodness, she wants cuddles.
I fight in there because
She
the
wants
brutalists
cuddles.
win every time.
Why are you being so clingy tonight, Misty? I was literally home all day. You shouldn't have missed me.
It never enough.
No, literally, I could be gone the whole day and she's literally not this clingy. I was working from home today and now she's like the clingiest I've ever
She
seen
knew
her.
what she was missing.
She really did, apparently. Oh, goodness. Okay, excuse me while I pet my brat of a toddler cat.
How dare you take a cat break? This is corporate America comic time.
Hey, I did not choose cat break. Cat break chose me.
Tell your cat to break on its own time. Yeah, that's what it is, Allie.
You settled? Lay
That's
down.
how it goes.
Lay down. Oh yeah, and it's a good comedy. It balances the humor and the emotional moments really friggin' well.
Oh yeah. No cat breaks for you.
Breaks. Yeah.
No cat bricks for you?
No cat bricks.
Yeah, none of those. No breaks, no bricks. No stars, no
Do you find
sticks.
it interesting how some terms are coined by critics and sticks? How do you mean, Estrock? What kind of terms?
I find it interesting. Yeah, I think how all words come to being is rather interesting. But I don't find it necessarily, like, weird, if that makes sense.
Interesting how, like, terms used by a specific group of people can slowly become more mainstream to the point where it's like just accepted as, you know, common vernacular. That's very fascinating. And Pastry Puff, now it's flipped. Now it's completely flipped the accuracies.
I'm
sorry,
I would say
percentages.
100%.
Every time I see percentages now, they're accuracies in my brain because that's what I use percentages for.
It is interesting,
apologize.
Struck. Swimming with Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Yeah, I think it's definitely interesting. However, I think it is always bound to happen because look at fucking Yankee Doodle. You know, like...
I think you need to elaborate more, Ori. That sentence is,
You don't?
vague.
Okay. We're as Yanks, right? As an American, you're a Yank. You're a Yankee. It's a baseball team,
Okay.
right? It's a positive thing. I am a Yankee, right? I am a Yank. That's a positive thing, especially during, like, the Revolutionary War. However...
Makes sense.
The whole word was a derogatory word from the British to Americans as they were Yankee Doodle dandies. And it was the whole thing. They were stupid. They were dumb. They were Yanks. They were backwater. You know, it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy is literally Americans reclaiming the word Yankee, which is a negative thing when it was given to them, as a thing that we actually, to this day, internalize as a thing that we are. And yeah.
Okay, that's the
and
angle
that's
you were
what
going
I'm
for.
saying with the idea of that it was like...
Okay, because you went from talking about terminology that critics use, and then you went, I mean, just look at Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, and so it was literally, here's an insult that is a bad thing, and we'll be like, nope, that's the thing now. That's just what we are now, you know, like, and that's what Estrock is saying with cubism, you know.
Oh yeah, Manic Pixie Dream Girl. That's another one that's entered
that
the common
Estrock
vernacular.
said that it's just like, it doesn't matter if it was negative at first.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
well
just
enthused. That's where the Revolutionary War happened, so... We're Yanks over here. It's... Being an American is a very weird thing, I gotta say. It's it's a weird thing to be an American.
Identify as person.
Yeah.
I just want to be person. I don't want to associate myself with a state anymore or a country anymore.
See, that's the problem. I want to be a person.
I just want to be person
from here that embodies the ideas that it was supposed to be, right? I don't want to be associated with the dudes.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be.
Fuck, everybody hates that.
Modern
Fuck
interpretation. Like the modern
yeah,
interpretation is not the vibe,
Penguin.
my friends.
My washing machine ruler is very heavy.
It's very hard, Penguin.
Yeah, Pastry Puff. It hits you with the feels. You identify with a different country. Yeah. You do.
The most
amazing.
I will identify
Aussie.
with is, why, yes, my ancestors are from Ireland, and that is it. That is absolutely it.
You identify with blank? Yeah. I think I feel much more of a state vibe, you know, than a country vibe. And I feel like we also have always operated that way. Like, it's like, oh, where are you from? You know, and then you give the state, and it's like, I obviously have, you know, conceptions about you now. I feel like it's definitely more of a statehood thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've always been more of a statehood thing.
And even then, I've kind of narrowed it down to an island person.
There's so many islands, though, Mars. Which one?
That's for me to know and you to never.
They're very different islands, too.
Let the speculation commence.
Feel like it's derogatory? It's been a long time since I've seen anything about the census. My mother did was a census worker back in, 2010, must have been, if not earlier than that. Who's messaging me? I have so many messages. I'm sorry, I'm gonna figure really, really fucking hard.
What happened? What happened?
Paula just friended me on Discord to ask me about the Breakfast Guild and Kickstarter campaign. And I'm very
okay, really I could understand nothing of that.
I'm sorry.
All that was Paula Piroff.
Just friended me on Discord to pick my brain about the Kickstarters. So cool. No, I have tried my goal recently. I've wanted to get some more creator friends, and so I'm a little
That is awesome. Oh, Pastry Puff, I see you DM'd me. Can't wait to check out this draft. Pupper in the Pet Cafe. So cute. Looking at Houghton, he's so beautiful. Everything I've ever wanted. Looks at Everett. Okay, back to you, bitch. Oh dear, gorgeous. You fucking donkey. That really was the vibe.
Yeah, that is the vibe.
That was spot on.
That is the vibe.
Poor Averett's. We do love him. We just love him differently. He's just a little bitch. He can't help it. He was written that way. But he shall learn. Oh, but congratulations, Ori. That is awesome.
Oh, it's very cool. I'm very excited. I'm formulating the response.
Yeah, season 2 of Mob just kind of throws you right in. It's crazy. But I think you're gonna have a very good time with it, Pastry Puff. I think you'll have a very enjoyable romp through Mob Psycho Season 2. Alrighty, Hotson, let us finish this braid.
I can't spell anything.
This should not be taken as long as it is. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. I've been working on the comic very sporadically, just because apparently March is a crazier month for my type of work than I thought it would be. So it's just been like a half hour here, a half hour there. I think this is the longest I've like sat down and like worked on the comic, and I'm like, man, it feels so good to get back to it. I cannot wait for that to be the norm again. That'll be so nice. Alrighty, so we got your braid. Let's do your undercut. He has such big eyes in this panel. Those giant orbs staring into your soul. Let's see, did I go over the line? I did. I don't want that. I don't want that. There we go. That's better. That's better. Now you look like you, Hotson. Let's give you some skin color. You look too pale. You look like you haven't seen the sun in days. Let's fix that. Let's get you all colored. Beautiful. It's interesting. I know design-wise that the outfits are going to change. But considering Hotson is going to spend a bit more time in the sun, and this is something I have to run past Ori, I'm wondering if sometime during the series he's going to develop a little bit of a darker tan. Since he's outside so often in the sun. Of course, it would be, you know, just his face and neck. Not his arms, at least not yet. He definitely likes his security coat. I said orbs. Is orbs a bad word?
No, that's
when did that change?
That's the fan fiction word.
Oh. Honestly, when I said that, I was thinking back to Jaden Animation's video about her cat, where she's just like, yeah, this cat has massive orbs and she'll just stare at you with them.
Tostada!
Tostada! How did they come
Tostada.
up with that name?
That was the name.
Wow,
that was the name
where
that the
did you pull
first
that
cat
from?
was given. That was why.
No, I know. I'm asking,
Oh.
how did the original people come up with that name? Because that's just so unique.
Yeah, really.
I never would think to give that name to an animal.
It's a good one though. Tostada. I mean, you
It's
know what
so
a
fun.
tostada is, right?
I think I do, but probably
Okay.
not.
It's like a flat, hard shell taco. You basically take a corn tortilla and you like fry it or bake it so that it's crispy, and then you put the stuff on top of it.
Okay.
Oh shit.
One of those people that name animals after food. I have literally never had an animal named after a food. So it never crosses my mind to use that as an option.
Okay, that's really
Maybe
cool.
maybe I should. I could have a little cat one day named Potato.
Didn't expect this, but I got the Photoshop document.
Oh.
All right, guys, but here it is. In all its lovely glory.
Let's see.
No watermark. Look at him.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, so good. Look at his orbs.
It'd be really awkward if I just like told her like, "Oh my gosh, so amazing, so cool, our boy."
I would preface with like, "Hi, I'm the writer for the comic."
His cerulean orbs.
Yes, what a beaut indeed. He's lovely. He's amazing.
Enthuse, I just got your
So
message
good.
on Insta. I will say
Apollo
they
vibes?
have not affected my
find out.
algorithm yet. These were actually the outlier that just popped up, and I have not gotten any more since. So it seems to be kind of rare.
What's rare? What? I've lost the thread.
Going back to the Therian videos that I was sending.
Yeah,
Enthuse had
it's just
requested
random.
to see the doggo. Yes. Hi, I'm Mars. Respectfully.
It's more like me like, hi, yes, you do the commission for Ori. She's, I write for the comic that OC is a part of, and he looks amazing. Thanks, bye. You might not be able to DM her. That's the only thing.
Probably not.
She did friend me specifically, so she may have.
I'm thinking more so if she decides to post it on Instagram, then I'll comment.
Then definitely. I don't know if she posts commissions though. Some people do, some people don't.
It depends.
I don't recall seeing her post any commissions, so I'm just not sure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna scrap this Averett. I'm kind of getting done and he's not happening.
He's having a bit of a time. Poor guy.
The pose that I wanted, it's just, what I really need is when we do all of these things, I'm gonna have so much Dylan reference, is all I'm gonna say. There's gonna be so much Dylan reference.
That there will be. Who is the artist that Ori was gushing over? Paula Piernoff.
Pieroff. There's no
Pieroff. I added an N, didn't I? Why do I do that?
She's the one
Yeah.
She's the one who just
Paula
did that
Pieroff.
commission.
There we go.
She does all the Ace Attorney, like, really good animations. Like my favorite is the objection.
Voices.
Nah, fuck you mean nah. That one, but she does a bunch of them.
My favorite one is, right, I thought you were dead. Edgeworth, how does it feel?
I thought you were dead for a year. Yeah. I know that's not a spoiler for Allie. That was game 2. Edgeworth being dead for a year.
Which, what the hell, Edgeworth?
Yeah, what the fuck,
I gotta say,
Edgeworth?
the way I sought out specific fan fictions for like, okay, I need Phoenix to have the appropriate reaction to this, and I found a fan fiction of him confronting Miles about it and also decking him in the face for Edgeworth just kind of flinging it off so casually, and I was like, yeah, that was the appropriate response.
Yeah. Phoenix is in the highest stress position possible. His fucking best friend, basically adopted little sister,
not punch Edgeworth canonically is mind-boggling to me.
He had to, yeah, we did, Allie. We did. But, Phoenix didn't have the foresight that, we had.
Exactly.
We knew Edgeworth was in future games. Phoenix did not.
But poor Phoenix did not know, and he was suffering. He couldn't even listen to people bring up Edgeworth's name.
Fucking imagine! Yeah, I fucking wouldn't either.
Traumatized. And we know he didn't get therapy.
Yeah, we know he didn't get therapy. Literally, Edgeworth comes back when Phoenix is in the worst possible position he fucking could be. Because, like, Jesus Christ.
I think I'm going to share this fan fiction. I'm not sure. What channel should I put it in? Couch? That doesn't seem right. Couch, you think?
Edited?
Oh, edited we could do. Let's
right, because it's for game 2 only, right?
Because it's for the discussion, yeah. So let me see if I can find that one. Because it was really well written, but then it also had that catharsis of...
Yeah, that man.
Yeah, Phoenix needed that.
Okay, I will completely say, and I understand why Ace Attorney does the thing where they, like, don't want to spoil previous games, even though it's canonically, like, this would have happened already, and it's weird that, you know, we're changing it, but okay. But, the worst part is, I don't know why he wouldn't say Phoenix's name? Why do we have to call him that man? He's, like, around. I don't know. Good night, Mason.
That man.
Just let him say Phoenix's name, okay? Give the shippers a little something.
You misspoke. Phoenix gets to punch Edgeworth twice in this fic.
Ah. Deserved.
Yeah, deserved.
Phoenix is also a fucking brawler by the time that is. That man is better toxic yaoi vibe. No, I don't want toxic yaoi. I want wholesome. They become two dads of a bunch of wayward children. And,
guys,
you know...
we're not Junjo Romantica around here. We're Sasaki Tomiyano.
Yes, we're Sasaki Tomiyano. This is what I need. We're Tadaima Okairi, okay?
Yes! Alright, guys. It's edited for your viewing pleasure. It's a very short fic. But I do highly recommend it because after that case, it was very cathartic to read. It's just like, wow, Edgeworth, really? I understand you were being poetic about it.
I'm ready, Estruck.
As a writer,
also,
but
guys,
why the fuck did you write Miles Edgeworth chooses death?
The amount that y'all are talking about fucking this case, the last case of Investigations 2, I don't know how ready I gotta be. Because I ain't.
I am nervous.
Oh, I don't know how long it'll be, Penguin. You only got like 15 minutes before we dip. Be ready, oh god. Uh-oh. The question is...
I don't think it'll take you 15 minutes. I think it'll take you 5,
Oh,
6.
it's that short? Oh, I didn't realize it was that
It's really
short.
not that long.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mars.
It's a quick little drabble.
Do you think the cases have dragged? I will say that I really can't tell with Investigations 2 solely because the format that we've had to play them, right? Solely because we've had to have the 3 on, 3 off, 3 on because of Dylan's stupid work schedule.
It's hard to feel like something's dragging when you get like a little intermittent break from it.
I'm not sure how much is because of that or not. Yeah, it's just I can't, Patient Puff. You just look at it, you just type it every time I get the little blink, and it's like, oh my god, they're talking about it again.
Yes, they are. See, it's hard to say a case in Investigations 2 has dragged.
Yeah, I really just don't know.
I definitely felt like in Investigations 1 when Bad was present, that dragged.
Yes.
That dragged a lot. And it was
that one dragged
because of the
and
setup.
Of course...
Tell me, no, please, no, please, no, please, no. All right. Really?
biggest thing is, yeah, it was bad, and then of course Alba were both like, this went on too long.
Alba was rough.
It's very much like that, like
Alba was
the rising
embodiment
tension
of, this
minor
isn't even my
spoilers
final form.
technically
and it just
for
kept going.
investigations. But yeah, spoilers for investigations, specifically 1-5. But also kind of 1-4. But Alba just went on too long. Like, I needed to feel as cathartic about it. He needed to be done faster. And it felt
feeling
like it was way... It just kept going. It just kept going.
See,
and it was just not good. I just kept
compare
going.
it to the issue JoJo's Bizarre Adventures sometimes has, in that you know the bad guy is going to be taken down because, you know,
Really
media, video game, TV logic. But the effort to get there is just so dragged out that it doesn't feel like anticipation anymore. It feels like they're dragging it out for the sake of dragging it out. And then you're sitting here being like, okay, when do they finally get him? Or when do we finally get him? Like, oh my God, he's still going. Like, we know you're going to jail. Just go already.
Yeah, there's a point when it's like okay, again, because it's fine, and then it's like, oh no, this isn't him yet, and it's like fine, but then after like the third or fourth time, it's like, can we just be done, please? Can we just get this one? Like, I'm done. You know, like, he's just being a bitch at this point. The only other case I felt was like overly long
Penguin?
was
Rise from the Ashes was
that's
very
that
long.
one. Rise from the Ashes was very long.
That one hurt even more because the payoff was not satisfying.
The payoff wasn't as satisfying as it could be, but the other thing that I have a gripe with, and I think this contributed to the length, is they had a lot of very talkative characters. They had a lot of very talkative characters. Oh, we could talk about that.
They
so,
did.
We'll come back. So Estruck, so in Investigations 1-4, our biggest issue was with Bad and the exposition dump. Okay? And the exposition dump that was behind a literal time paywall of, please? No. Please? Let me think about it. No. Please? I really would like if you did this for me. Pretty, please? You're a kid. But I don't like you, so no. And just longer and longer, like so many times. And then on top of that, it was just a wall of text. It was the equivalent of a wall of text. And
coming from a very slow character.
The problem that happened with it,
on me, because that's how I chose to voice him.
Yeah, exactly, Penguin. Exactly.
I think you might actually notice that halfway through that case, I started to pick up how fast I was making him talk. Ori did the same with Angel Star.
Yeah,
as well.
Angel Star was rough too.
Like,
she was such a talker. It was too much text. But the problem with Bad's thing is it didn't feel like we were progressing. And the reason, well, that is definitely going to contribute, Estruck. I feel like the biggest thing with Bad was that it felt like I wasn't getting any progress from him saying no to me, right? Well, I was not getting any indication.
In the investigation where we got all these pieces, and I know they were trying to do this like aha moment where it all clicks, like ding ding, here's the logic, here's the logic, here's the logic. But instead of giving it like all at once, they should have just drip fed it like they normally do. That too. They should have drip fed it a little piece at a time. It would have been way more satisfying. What was really terrible was the fact that at the end of his whole exposition, so there was no indication that we were getting closer to him actually talking to us when he kept turning us down. 2, all of our logic pieces came afterwards, right? Yeah.
All of our we had the whole amount of text we had to get through with no indication that was actually doing anything. And then at the end, we suddenly got all the logic pieces. I think that the small change of as the pieces would have come into play during the exposition that we got those logic pieces would have just made it feel like we were actually doing something.
So much more satisfying.
See, I don't think it's necessarily that they had to fully drip feed it. I think that what the things that happened in case 4 were fine, like scope wise. It's just like, why did bad have to
Penguin,
take
it would
one
be the same
moment
pace. They would just give us the logic, sooner.
During it.
And at a more constant pace than it would have been
during his exposition,
where they just dumped it all at the end.
Instead of, we have to get through that block of text and then we get all the things. That's it. That's all I would have wanted.
Sense of progression.
They could have even done it where Bad's like being a little more conniving about it, like a little more sneaky, where he doesn't want to fully reveal what his part of the whole thing is, but he's kind of warmed up a little to Edgeworth by the end of this, where he's like, I'll say stuff in a way where if the kid's smart, he'll get it, and then because it's Edgeworth, the logic comes up now, right? And then it just would have been spread throughout the thing instead of a dump, and then suddenly I get all the logic, right? And that's all that was really the big thing. It felt like the progression was bad. It just felt like I wasn't getting the markers that we're used to getting, because in Investigations 2 so far, every time it's like, oh, I get the marker of like, we find evidence, or we get a logic, or I check the logic and I can connect the logic. And in 1-4, that just didn't happen as well with the bad exposition. And then, yeah, I think Ace Attorney 1-5 was rough just because even the text of when you showed the character something that they didn't know anything about or have anything to say about was so long. It was so long. In editing that and everything, it was so long that, like, if you showed Angel Star or Jake Marshall something that they had nothing to say about, they would talk for multiple full, like a minute each.
Yeah, it was
that
not
was
a
ridiculous.
Quick one and done.
It was not like, oh, because compared to Gumshoe, it's like, I can't tell you anything about that, pal. And he's like, you don't know anything, do you? And he's like, nope, but I wouldn't tell you anyway. Nope. Short, sweet, done. Very Gumshoe. But if you do it with Angel Star, she's like, I'm going to give you a lunch. Would you like hot tea or chocolate with that? Oh, you don't care. And she talks. And she talks. And she talks. And I was like dying. And it's just like, oh my lord, above.
Same thing with Jake Marshall. Like, he'll just go on and on.
I also think... Yeah, it was just, they just went on and on. Meekins was a talker as well. It was just so many talkative characters. That was the only downfall, besides obviously not getting the catharsis we wanted. But the biggest downfall was the fact that every single character you had to talk to a significant amount was just so wordy. And it just made it drag after a while.
And
they
then
were fun.
You also had to talk to them on the witness stand as well. So it was like, oh great, even more talking.
Yeah, well, S-Direct, to my understanding, like, definitely with the early ones, it was literally the size of the Game Boy, like, the cartridge, that they could have anything. Yeah. Lunch, and then you would be like, no, I don't want lunch, and she'd be like, oh, but can't I convince you with this whole, and just blabber, 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 and I was like, oh my god. I remember, like, editing and having to cut out, we're talking about...
So much.
Rise from the Ashes, Allie, you can be here for this one.
It is safe again.
Yeah, so they were just such wordy characters. I don't think Turnabout Samurai dragged. It wasn't streamlined enough for us. We took a long amount of time.
Samurai was fine. It's just the map.
Yeah,
the map
it's just the map.
confused the hell out of us.
And I didn't have a problem with Turnabout Big Top's map, though. Just Turnabout Samurai's map.
I thought we were going to get lost in that.
That's
really
what everybody
did.
claimed.
And the fact we didn't, I'm like,
I will also say,
of us.
I think that it was less the map and more that I had learned from Turnabout Samurai that I have to just go to places until I hit something. You know, where before it was like, we were trying to logic it out, and it's like, okay, well, if I don't know where to go, let's just
or like click
go
on
down
everything
the line
to make stuff happen.
Rise for the Ashes.
Did I type 4?
Oh, you haven't done Rise
some.
of the Ashes? Oh, no! Okay,
Oh,
well,
crap!
we're done now. I think we're done. Spoilers off. We're done about the
Yep.
thing anyway. I listed all the cases anyway, so you're good now, Allie.
And that is that.
Uh, it didn't really matter. There was no actual spoilers that we were talking about in Rise from the Ashes. But you're good now. Everyone's good now.
Yes. All is safe.
All is safe. Amazing.
Nothing has been spoilered. In here. Come on. It's in your whittle hair, Stripey. Needs to be less. Whatever the hell is going on right now. Try this again. There we go. Much better, much better. Hey, yep, that's a scared Hoatzin. Are you allowed ear privileges, Enthuse? Yes.
Yes,
You
everyone
are.
is allowed ear privileges now. There should be. I took the sign down, I think. Yep, I did.
Okay, let's see. Is there another panel I can do in... Wow, 3 minutes? Okay, speed, lightning round, let's go. Let's see. What do I want color? What do I want? It's in it. We can do your hands. That's nice and quick. That's nice and quick. There's this color. Up that.
Mm.
Oh. Oh no, I gotta hurry.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
gotta
almost
save the
time.
world.
Gotta save the world. Oh,
I
3 minutes
mean
doesn't
that's what
save the
Ellie
world.
said.
I see. I see. I'm trying to see if I can find one.
Watch the movie Minutemen. For some reason, that line made me flash back to that movie.
I'm just trying to see.
Okay, Senate, we got your arm. Now we just got to do your
That's what I want.
hand webbies.
This. This is not it. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find something to show this.
It will do this one. Ooh, I should lock this layer. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, one more. Already.
Yay!
And then, crap, I gotta remember the pattern on Senate's hands.
Yes.
I always forget if it's brown first, then white, or white first, then brown. I think it's brown first, then white. They've got very specific ones, but I think if I check the wiki, I will then know. Okay, Mr. Senate. It is brown, then white. I knew it. Mars goes back
Out
to
of
work
touch and out
tomorrow,
of
you
time.
guys. No more work from
Indeed.
home.
All right. Not bad.
Eh,
First Everett came out great. Art just wasn't happening super much at the end, and I don't think that's really Averett's fault. That was just such was life. But it's not bad. It's just not great. First one though, look at him. Top tier stuff.
you know what, guys? It's part of the settling process.
Indeed, indeed. And I'm fairly happy with how it's going, so I'm glad to see it. But, alright, guys. No, it's Everett's fault? Alright, it is Everett's fault.
He is a
but,
little
ooh.
shit, so it probably is his fault
Where's the
somehow.
ending? There it is. Thank you all for coming to stream. We enjoyed having you here. All the questions, all the fun time, all the talks.
Yes, so many stories tonight,
So
many
many
good
stories, so many
times.
talking. And thank you
This
to
was
our
awesome.
YouTube channel members, Perry, Nicole, Academy Games. Look, Kenneth, you're on there now, Psychic Sidekicks.
It's
Also, Doofus
updated.
Detectives, Lakitu, Aragorn, Canadian Lucifer Tay, and the Jester. So everything is Everett's fault. We hope to see you guys Thursday for Cersei. Hope to have her mouth done. Should be fully done, and then maybe I can puppet her a little bit, but definitely goal mouth done, and that's the goal. But thank you all for coming, and we'll hopefully see you on Thursday. Have a happy hump day. Good night.
Yes, have a good one, guys. We'll see you on Thursday for Making Time.